This episode brought to you by the KKK. Surprisingly enough, they loved this movie.
Hey everybody, we're watching Black Panther and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Welcome to Miscast Commentary's Movie Marathon.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
With two guys actually crazy enough to get this done.
And I have a bow and arrow.
Now here are your hosts,
Language!
Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
That was so weirdly slow and like...
I know, I was like wondering, I was going to ask you, like, what the hell is happening right now? Like, what?
I'm on Adderall.
Ooh, everybody is.
We are rounding the... We're like near
We're
the
there.
stretch here,
We're there.
man.
I can see the lady at the end
This is...
waving at me with a little Gatorade.
This is our last day, or our second last day of recording for our MCU commentary-a-thon.
Yep, ultimate throwdown.
And so I can't believe we've gotten through it. We're only on, like, literally we just released, what was it, Avengers 2?
MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
MCU, Miscast Commentary Universe.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, right?
Man.
It was fate.
Oh, this was bound to
Yeah.
happen. I don't understand why everybody's not here right now. John Favreau, why aren't you hanging out with us?
Oh, he'll show up any minute.
Oh, he's gonna, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be that kind of guy who just, like, for fun talks down to you and, like, he likes you, but he just, like,
That's what he does.
You'll never get, like, pleasant.
Yeah, that's how he shows you he likes you.
Yeah, exactly. He just shits on you for the rest of your life and then fucks your wife. Favreau. But we are hitting you with a huge, like a revolutionary movie, and
Yep.
not just in the MCU, but just in terms of superhero movies and stuff like that. It was a huge deal to have this many black actors in
Yep.
one movie, in a movie written by black people, directed by black people, starring black people, and I am counting Martin Freeman as a very black person in this.
He can pull it off.
He did it, and so we are going to get it rolling, and the only way to get it rolling is to... I'm going to do some other things first here, like activate my subtitles. I'm on Netflix.
Activating subtitles now.
It's all good, and then going full screen,
Full
and
screen.
then pressing play.
Now.
So we're in it.
It's
to
starting.
win it.
I'm glad that they stuck with that rule.
Yeah, what's this?
That Hollywood rule or whatever it is. At least they threw like a couple white people in there. What do you call it? Like,
Token?
no, well, what's that rule when you have to, like, oh, we got to hire this woman or we have to hire
affirmative action.
affirmative action.
Yeah,
This is reverse affirmative action.
Yeah, for sure.
You see the way people were talking about, like, Captain Marvel.
Yes.
She talked to a woman during an interview. How dare they? Like, I'm a white guy and I should have my,
Nobody hates the whites.
Oh,
more than
God.
us.
Dear God, you got that right.
It's disgusting. This was actually a really pretty thing. Like, this reminded me something like out of like 300 or something, but it was just gorgeous.
No, it's one of those like things you put your hand through.
Yes.
At the It store, and somebody's like, you know how many people stick their genitals and face in there, and now
the
you're
pin
touching
art.
it too?
Oh yeah.
What do you call those things? The pins.
Pin art.
Pin
It was
art.
Yeah. Oh, it was so it was such a cool movie, and this look just right off the bat is so cool. Interesting little fact I heard about today, because obviously people think that this movie had something to do with the just the term the Black Panthers and things like that, is like, oh, it must have derived that character from that. It's like, oh, they're Black Panthers, well, we're gonna make a Black Panther the superhero. This movie came out several months before the Black Panthers were formed. Or not this
Right.
movie, this comic came out.
I was gonna be like, what?
And then they didn't want to tie it in, or they didn't want the two things to be mistaken for each other, so they actually changed his name to Black Leopard for a while. And then it just, nobody liked it. They were just like, forget it. We'll just
Wait,
steal
so the Black Panther comic was out before the Black Panther like movement, like the group?
Both started in 1966. This started months before. Like I think it was like
that's
it was like
that's a
between-
really good piece of trivia.
yeah, it was like between 3 and 6 months before that started. And Ryan Coogler, who is from Oakland, where the Black Panthers were founded.
Right.
And so, yeah, just a lot of tie-ins to the wrong kind of Black
Is
Panther.
he doing the? Well, that
And
depends
not
on
the
who you
wrong.
talk to.
Well, no, you know what I mean. No, but I
Yeah.
just mean in context of what we're doing.
Right,
Not
right.
One is right, one is wrong.
Right.
It's what if we were talking about that one, we wouldn't be talking about the MCU.
I don't know whether it made the movie experience better. I think it did. I saw this movie in Baltimore, Maryland,
oh yeah.
and it was awesome
Yeah.
because it was like it's like everybody. I was like the only white guy in the theater.
It's
It was awesome.
it's funny because I very much would like to. I would have liked to have seen this with a black audience.
Yeah,
too.
it was.
It's-
It was majority.
Yeah.
and it was awesome.
I was on Twitter and somebody was talking about what a big deal this movie was and stuff, and I asked a black lady permission to go see this movie and bring my white kids to it, and she said yes.
Well, that's like still the whole thing that I was talking about. Now that we're finally watching the movie, it's like white kids dressing up like Black Panther.
I know
Is that blackface?
it is.
Is
No,
it?
No, only
In
if
the
skin was
costume?
black. No, the
Right.
costume's not.
Yeah.
That's cosplay.
Fuck, man, exactly.
The guy who just opened the door there, his name is Denzel Whitaker. He is not Forrest Whitaker's son or anything like that. He did play Forrest Whitaker's son in Freedom Riders, though.
Oh.
That was directed by Denzel Washington.
Oh, this is kind of a weird thing.
It's like we just mixed the
that
two guys
fate?
up. Yes.
No tattoo.
Let's talk Sterling K. Brown. Talk about a meteoric rise
Whoa.
for a person, eh? Like
What else is he in? He does look familiar.
He was in American Crime Story, the OJ one. He won the Emmy for that, playing. I can't remember the
But his
character's
buddy.
name. But yeah,
Is he the guy in the
he
driving
was not
the car?
Al Cowling. No, he was the lawyer.
Oh.
But he won for that. He is in This Is Us, which is his most famous thing at the moment, right? He is. He's just fucking all over the place. I've got his stuff right here. Actually, I don't know why I'm not just looking at it.
Is this just CGI de-aging?
No, it's not. It's a different guy actually playing the role of.
That's something
T'Chaka.
that it doesn't. I was like, I wonder if he's got the moves still. This is a long time ago, so I'm guessing he does.
Probably, yeah. So I like too that the Black Panther looks different. Like he's wearing like a sash kind of thing, and the actual costume looks a little bit different. It shows like that things actually evolve. And this guy actually, they did a good job. He looks very similar to what's it called? He looks very similar to Chadwick, or more similar to Chadwick.
He does actually a lot.
Than the older.
He big
version
time,
of it.
yeah.
So
I
that
can
was
see it. That was good casting.
yeah, that was an interesting one. So yeah, Sterling K. Brown got his start. He was on a lot of TV. He was in Third Watch. He was on Supernatural. He's in the movies Righteous Kill and Artie Idiot Brother. He was in Person of Interest, which I forgot about until now.
Caviezel.
Yes. He was in Marshall, which is another big one for him. He was in Hotel Artemis. He's in the upcoming cartoons, Angry Birds 2 and Frozen 2. He's really good. He's actually too. He was in an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, he's been watching you.
Oh hell yeah! But like
So
he-
this
like,
guy,
the
this guy's
acting on his
starting
face.
a resistance kind of a thing.
Yeah. Well, basically, what it's his idea that they could be helping, and like this is kind of an interesting.
right.
They could be helping the black people outside of Wakanda, whereas their feelings.
Their
are,
deal
we have
is
to be
like we
within.
keep it here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So and,
Like we could go out there and make a difference. I don't disagree with that kind of thing, but that's how you go about it.
Well, and that's an interesting thing, and we'll talk a little bit more about it too, though, because Ryan Coogler actually expected a lot of resistance from Disney regarding the kind of racial political
kind of undertones kind of
in
thing,
this.
right?
And he's like, and in the end, he could not have gotten more support for it.
Nice.
And he was like, "This is amazing!" Like
Right time to get this movie made, I guess. Huh?
oh man, it was so good because they could have like completely, because he said like there's a part in the end and there's a specific line he wrote it for himself and he's like, Disney's gonna force me to cut it, and like we'll get into it then though, because
Right.
it's actually a pretty big deal.
Ooh, here we go. Oh, sorry. Oh, I just kicked the pussy there.
Yeah.
Pussy kicker.
Hello.
And this is I really like this movie.
Yeah. Something too we were talking about, I forgot to mention it when we were talking about what's it called? Captain Marvel, when we were doing the recording for the YouTube thing, wanted to say how much I liked the Stan Lee tribute at the beginning.
Oh yes, that was good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that too. Actually, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was just
Ooh,
sweet.
nice font.
So talking about Ryan Coogler, he wrote and directed the movies Fruitvale Station, Creed 1 and 2. He's got the Black Panther 2.
That's right. Creed. That's okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, right when you said Ryan Coogler, I was like, what is?
And a movie called Wrong Answer. What do all those movies have in common, with the exception of Black Panther 2? Every one of them stars Michael B. Jordan.
Nice. Yeah, he's a Michael B. Jordan guy.
He loves him some Michael B. Jordan. I have nothing. There's not a single person in this movie that I have a bad thing to say about.
Like sometimes Michael B. Jordan gets a little like.
But those were like acting choices and stuff. But I don't have just him in general. I like.
Me too.
I find him and like in Creed and like carrying over.
I like him too.
That. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, he looks like he's like gained like a lot of weight for this movie. But again,
as opposed to like when we saw him in Civil War.
Yes.
He probably bulked up.
More,
yeah, now there's like, this is your own movie, right? You gotta be.
So we'll talk about your favorite technology again. We're going to talk about nanites.
Oh yeah, the fucking nanobots.
Because that's what they're using there instead of
that's neat.
Instead of holographic technology. And like it's kind of funny because like the idea of nanotechnology is a very simple concept. It's just the ability to do it. Right. Is the hard thing. To make little machines that work together, like bugs, essentially, right?
So like his is different. His dad's had gold.
His dad's had gold, and his is
his father is dead, right? Because of
this movie,
Civil War.
This movie takes place, I think, a week after Civil War.
Okay.
The movie came out 2 years later, but it was it was just the way that these go. This is why that whole, like, what order you watch them in.
Is Adebisi in this?
Adebisi,
Adebisi should be in this movie.
But no word of a lie, he was one of the people considered to play T'Challa.
Oh, no shit. That's hilarious.
As was Djimon Hounsou, which was kind of interesting, too, because Djimon Hounsou played T'Challa in Black Panther in a animated miniseries that came out. It was, where do I have this information? Came out in 2010. Kerry Washington was in it. Alfred Woodard was in it. Phil Lamar, Taye Diggs. Like, there were a lot of people. If you went through, there's a lot of recognizable people. Right. In it. And it tells a very similar story, but it also includes a lot of other Marvel things that they don't have the rights to currently. Like Wolverine is in it, and Storm. Right. A lot of X-Men related.
So the girl from Us? Or
Lupita Nyong'o?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lupita Nyong'o.
Was she in? No, not Us.
She is in Us.
Is that?
Yeah, the upcoming Jordan Peele horror movie.
That's right. I thought I was messing the name up there.
No, it's called Us.
Looks good.
It does look good.
She's beautiful.
She is, to me, the most beautiful woman on the planet. Like,
I think a lot of these women in this movie are just gorgeous.
Well, I started to make myself feel kind of racist when I was finding myself not as attracted to, like, women of other races. Right. And, like, some people are like super into Asians or whatever. Yeah. And I was just like, if you, like, I never really thought about it by any group, but whenever I would have like two people to compare, I would always end up picking the white person. And I was kind of like, what's wrong with me? What's going on?
It's just a preference. It doesn't have anything to do. It doesn't make you like a racist.
I know, but I'm very in my head about those kind of things. Right. And then I saw Lupita Nyong'o, and she beats literally everybody. And then I felt better about myself. She is insanely beautiful. She's like so hot. But then we get beyond that. She got How? I'll find out. But she was obviously in 12 Years a Slave, The Jungle Book, Star Wars: The Force Awakens as Maz Kanata. And she did a bunch of the animated Star Wars Force of Destiny stuff where she's Maz Kanata in it. She's going to be starring in the upcoming John Woo remake, The Killer.
What?
Yeah.
There is?
Yeah, and then there's a movie called 355 coming out. It's an all-female spy movie, and it's got like Jessica Chastain, Marion Cotillard, Penelope Cruz, and her. Ooh, yeah. And so that one's going to be kind of interesting.
I don't know why anybody ever like had a problem with like these like movies, like an all-black cast movie, like or like all-female movie. Every time I go to play a video game, you got to make your own character. I make a female. I don't want to be staring at. If they switched it over and it was all just, I would love it. And you can have women playing men like back in the day. Kick us right out. I don't give a shit.
It's just the random white guy thing. It's that old, oh, they got black entertainment television. Why isn't there white entertainment television?
I love that. Or like this Black History Month. How come there isn't White History Month?
Yeah,
I've literally heard people, the same one that you said too, about the black or the pride or the parade. It's like,
yeah, and I have a response for every single one of those. It's like, why isn't there white entertainment television? NBC, ABC, CBS,
yeah,
like
exactly, exactly.
It's everything. You have been the sole focus of everybody for the existence of television. So you
and spent a lot of the time holding others down, so that you could establish or keep that like dominance.
Yeah, and they had to struggle this long to get Tavis Smiley, so you can shut the fuck up.
Tavis Smiley.
That was the best you could get. There's Denai Guerrera from
I'll take her, and you can have. You can take Lupita Nyong'o. I'll take that one.
Yeah,
the bald one.
Oh, I love Denai Guerrera too, but I want Lupita more than anything.
Oh, she's the girl with the dreadlocks.
Yes,
in
Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
Also,
man, does she ever look different bald?
Oh hell yeah. But it's her, like, yeah, she's got such a face. Well, the thing is, she doesn't have the dreadlocks in real life, too, which makes it that much.
These people, okay, so these are the people around.
What do you mean, these
Wakanda.
Yes. Sorry, I had to do that. That is the title, by the way.
I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, good. Thank God he's joking. I would have just put the headset down and backed away slowly. I would have just... So, okay, so now they're technically in Wakanda.
Yes.
So flying in, a lot of these people, you know, the goat herders and all this shit, they saw this.
Yes.
So I'm surprised that nobody has ever... King T'Challa and the people here must be treating the close outside perimeter area well, because nobody's told on them.
Well, they're taking care, but also it's not like they're going to tweet it, right?
No, dude. I've seen things where in the poorest of countries, everybody's got a fucking cell phone.
Oh, that's true.
They don't have a pot to piss in, but they've got a cell phone.
That's true, but I think that I think that they're kind of positing that this is kind of one of those areas of
where
Africa
where
technology is not so much a thing.
Yeah, because they stole it all. The grubs, the greedy fucking...
Yeah. Well, they said too, apparently the Congo mines something called coltan. This is in real life. And it's actually one of the main items used in like a lot of technology and stuff like that. It's basically taken directly from this, and it's real.
Really?
Except I feel like it's called? Coltan, I think it's called. And like it's a real thing. It's just not
Agent
like
Colton?
No, not Coulson.
Close.
All of the bald black women in this are gorgeous.
I just want them to kick the shit out of me.
I know. This Letitia Wright here as Shuri is my absolute favorite character in this.
She's smart as hell.
Smart as hell, fun.
The best. Like, she's the best one with creating all this stuff, in my opinion.
Like, I was so proud, again, like looking at this from a father, I was so proud to show this, because this is another movie that really empowers women, like beyond just empowering black people in this. The smartest person is a woman. The most deadly warriors are all women. Like, it's just like, it's all the basically the moral center of the movie is a woman.
It's true. Like, it is a very women empowered movie as well.
Yes. And
middle finger.
But an interesting little thing between Lupita Nyong'o, Denai Guerrera, and Letitia Wright. Denai Guerrera wrote a play ages and ages ago, and the main character in it, when she did it in, I think, 2016 or 2015, was played by Letitia Wright.
Yeah.
And then when she brought it to the U.S., it was played by Lupita Nyong'o.
What the fuck?
Right? Like,
what the fuck? Like,
everybody's tying together.
Oh, here he is.
So I really like his look here, actually.
Yeah, he's cool. He's getting it. Yeah, this works, but then you see him in like Creed, and he kind of has the same, the same actor, but when he gets that whole like, I'm being I'm manning up, you know what I mean? I'm all hood or whatever he's doing there, right? When he's being all like. And
I understand a big chunk of it, because obviously he spent his whole life in like Oakland and stuff like that.
Right.
But I liked this better, where he's like way more way more intellectual,
right,
than politically activated, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So like motivated is actually the word I want to say, not activated. But I liked
activate your motivate.
Exactly. But I like this because like I like that, with that motivation being a part of it, but then like being the man with the plan. That's what I wanted more out of Warmonger, I think.
Right.
But then really when it came to it, it was just like, no, I want this one thing and I'm just gonna get it, and this is how I'm gonna do it.
Well, he's pissed off. A lot of bad things happened to the poor guy to mold him into this character.
Yeah.
And I remember when the movie first came out and people were like, oh, I sympathize with him.
Yeah.
And it was like, I do not, I understand where he's coming from, but by no means do I sympathize with him.
Exactly. Because he has basically, like, to openly just flat out blame a place that he has no real connection to because he's never been there.
Right.
Right. It's just like, I have nothing. I have nothing I can say. But yeah, this is my favorite scene with him, actually. Let's talk about Michael B. Jordan just for a moment here.
He's got to climb the ladder quite fast, eh?
Yeah, he was a kid in The Wire, which is funny because you were talking about watching this in Baltimore. He was in All My Children, Friday Night Lights, Parenthood, Red Tails, Chronicle. He played Cyborg in an animated Justice League like TV movie.
Right.
Obviously, he was Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four, making him the second Johnny Storm to be in a different Marvel movie. It was obviously Chris Evans. The Creed movies. He was in the Fahrenheit 451 TV movie. But fucking Andy Serkis, man. We'll get to him in a minute.
So killer, eh?
Oh, he's so amazing. And then he's got a movie coming out called Just Mercy. It's based on this lawyer. He's the star of it, and Brie Larson and Jamie Foxx are in it with him.
With
Michael B. Jordan. So I think that's going to be
said
good.
It was going to be
no
Gollum there.
No, anything. But yeah, Andy Serkis. Again, we've talked about this in previous episodes and stuff, but he is grossly underutilized.
Agreed.
In this movie.
He's I was sad that they murder him too.
You know what I think they should have done? Because apparently his power, well, not his power, but he uses vibranium to like control sound waves and stuff like that. And that's just a part of his thing, like in the comics too. And that's basically what he's doing. He's using sound waves to like shatter the glass and whatnot.
Just like Yukon Cornelius. He's got
pretty much
nothing.
His accent too, that weird South African accent, is so fucking good.
That would make his. I'm hoping that he's not dead. Spoiler alert for later on in the movie, but
that was actually my.
Fuck, I was so disappointed when he died because he's, in my estimation, he is Black Panther's main bad guy.
Yeah.
So to kill him is like really weird.
I know it was weird, and and my thing, I knew that they obviously would want to put the main focus on Warmonger, which makes sense. And
he could have just gotten away.
That was my thing. My thing was he should have gotten away, or they should have thought they killed him, but then you see him like get away, even if it's a post-credit sequence or something like that. But because I want to see more of him, and there's definitely gonna be another Black Panther, and we don't know. Like, it's so good.
Well, they could show him in the past and stuff. Those are the kind of whatever you're gonna make. Hey, who's that one?
That's Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh yeah, that's your lady.
I love I
get the whole fighting force team then.
I think about how that's fine. I think about how this must have felt for people, like, because I try very, like, I sympathize so much with the idea of Black people in America not really having any real connection to their roots because they just don't even know where they came from in Africa. And it's like, it's not like you've been one place in Africa, you've been to them all. They're all very, very different.
Of course.
So to be from Zimbabwe or to be from the Congo or to be from Nairobi are all very, very different experiences and cultures and all that kind of thing. So they have nothing to connect to. So then to be able to do something like this.
Well, what's the difference though? Is it more of a shame because they are Black and have no connection to their place? Like, what about, like, I don't know. I didn't do ancestry dots yet. I don't know where my background is, and it doesn't like eat me alive every day because I never went and visited like Switzerland or wherever the fuck.
Here's the difference. You can trace yours back if you wanted to.
Right.
You can figure it out. They can never do that.
Right.
There's no chance. They don't even know what their names were. You could go back and find out. It's like, oh my God, my great grandmother's name was like Shoemaker. And blah, blah, blah. They know nothing and will never know anything. It's impossible.
Right.
Unless they actually like found an alive relative
that
with the
would
exact like DNA.
Right.
Like that is a tough thing.
There he is.
Forrest Whitaker. He's got his eye on you, but just the one.
Did you say Erykah Badu?
He probably did say Erykah Badu.
Oh, there's Buddy.
This movie is so full of people. This reminds me of the whole thing with Crazy Rich Asians too. Is like every Black actor came out of the woodwork to be in this movie.
This
which
one.
Of course.
Yeah. Hey, that's is she
Jill Scott? I think it was.
It is. I thought it looked like
no.
It's chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
He hates chicken noodle.
He's
like, oh, God.
Oh, he has an allergy. But I'm saying like especially like this stuff to be able to like this is kind of the closest thing so many of these guys have to like some kind of connection to roots is this like made up this kind of made up Wakandan thing. But but to be like dressed in the tribal stuff and I don't know.
I hear what you're saying though. Yeah. Like if there is definitely no way of like to be honest with me, like I could really give a shit.
And that's
like it just really does not bother me if I never, you know what I mean? I don't really care.
But it's like I don't care a ton.
But if somebody else does, that might be they might want to know this kind of thing, and then you can't. That sucks.
Yeah, and that's
I hear what you're saying.
And that's the difference. And it's like I can go back and figure it out, whereas the best they can have is. Look at the size of those fucking earrings.
I know, right?
But yeah, it's like there's nothing they can do to figure it out.
That would really bug me. The bumps.
Yeah.
Like I think Michael B. Jordan has a bunch of them on his back or something too, right?
Yeah,
that looks like it would be like you're ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah, exactly.
Like fucking right.
It's called scarification. It's for when like each time you kill somebody, essentially, is like those are like in battle.
Right.
I love that. Apparently, in the comics, she actually takes over Black Panther. She becomes the Black Panther, which is why they did that. It's like a little, it's like a little thing wink, to like wink. She's the one who becomes. But I love how
Look at the lip play. How's that guy even eating?
I don't know.
That guy's only eating the soup. That's for sure.
All that
big old lip like that.
Yeah. All that ever reminds me of is in the Simpsons when they're like, "How? Like, why did you get your lip disced?" And they take the disc out, and he goes, "Uh-oh."
Whoa, look at this guy.
So this is Winston Duke playing this particular character. The tribes, too. I really like the tribes in this. Like, they all have very distinct...
I dig these guys.
Yeah. But this is Winston Duke, who is in a lot of other stuff as well. Let me find him. He was in Person of Interest for a while as well. He was in episodes of Modern Family. He's in Us, upcoming with Lupita Nyong'o. He's going to be in Endgame, they confirmed.
Oh.
So that'll be interesting. And he's going to be in the movie Wonderland. It's a Mark Wahlberg movie directed by Peter Berg.
Well, Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg love each other.
Oh, of course they do. They probably just sit there and go, fucking A, right? Fucking A. But the interesting thing, him and Lupita Nyong'o went to drama school together, and they actually went to see Avengers together in theaters, and they were just like, "Oh, imagine being in a Marvel movie
way.
and stuff
That's
like
crazy,
that."
eh?
Like that's like biopic shit. Like that's the kind of thing that sounds like it's so like derivative, like just
right,
like or contrived is more the word I think I'm looking for. But he does. I like him so much in this movie and in Infinity War. He's so good.
Yeah, because they come and help out.
Yes.
Yeah, these guys are all right, man.
Mm-hmm. I like this too because he's one of the few superheroes in the thing where you actually get to see him without all power.
Right.
Like they've literally stripped him of his power and now he just has to be
He's got to be a tough son of a bitch now.
I do like their helmet. I would love to get one of those masks, eh? Again, and this is
Disney will probably have them when they have their Black Panther land that opens up.
That would be imagine having a Wakanda.
That would be cool.
If I
like
went
Galaxy's Edge, only it's Wakanda.
Oh, I would love to be able to go in and out of the different worlds and stuff like that. It's so
I wonder what the next one is that they're going to do because now they have Marvel. I'm surprised they don't.
Apparently,
they're probably gonna have a big land, but I mean, this new friggin' Star Wars one took like forever to put together. So I'm sure in the next 7, 8, 9 years we'll probably get some Marvel shit.
Oh hell yeah! It'll be curious though because I actually found out too. There's no end in sight to the Universal Marvel deal. Yeah, so it's like. Realistically, they can't put up a Hulk ride or anything like that right now because
Universal
has the rights for it. So it'll be curious. Obviously, that it's not everything because you can go there and there's some like the Guardians of the Galaxy have rides and stuff like that. Black Panther, I imagine, would probably fall under that, but like Spider-Man and the Hulk and I probably think Captain America and that can't have a home at Disney right now. So I think that's another.
They just got a new Hogwarts ride. There's a new roller coaster at Universal. So you're cool. With Hagrid in his sidecar. But it's like a roller coaster. It's wicked.
That's a fun idea.
Ooh, no claws. No mercy.
This reminds me a lot of the whole Captain America versus Iron Man thing in Avengers too, when he's talking about that. He's like, take away your suit and what are you, right?
Right.
Boom. Angela Bassett, we see her back there as the mom. She is...
He's like, whoa.
I was looking and I'm just like...
Ooh.
Like, we all know that she's had like an amazing career and all this stuff, but there's this idea...
Is this like every Sunday here? Because this would blow.
It's
like, ugh.
I think it's supposed to happen like I think this only usually happens like at the death, but other people can challenge at other times because he does obviously get challenged later on. But,
I think you can make a challenge though whenever if you want.
I think that I think the main reason the other guy got to challenge or like Warmonger gets to challenge is because he actually has a physical claim to the throne being a relative, whereas this is like a thing that just happens like at a transfer.
It's like an annual thing where they're like, if somebody wants to try to be the king, go right ahead.
See, I was thinking this literally only happens like the king is dead and we're about to crown a new king.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. So then you would,
this is your shot.
This is your chance.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. There must be a lot of
things. Sure, the other guy tried to kill him too, and he was like hanging off a waterfall.
I just, because Lupita there, she's got those two disc things. I picture the disc falling out of the guy's mouth and he takes one of them and just sticks it in his mouth.
What?
That would
in
have been
shock. Yeah, like a rich guy monocle falling.
Yeah, exactly. What was interesting, this was actually the first movie or the first Marvel property that Marvel got the rights back to for movies. They got the rights back in 2005, but this was literally the first thing. They didn't have Captain America yet. They didn't have Iron Man. They had nothing. They had the rights to make the movies.
So the first one was Black Panther that they got the rights back for. Who had Black Panther?
I think I've got it here. Artisan Entertainment and Columbia Pictures had it. But
it's weird that these people and companies bought them with seemingly no want to actually put a movie out.
Well, what happens is people will buy them kind of on speculation that they'll be able to do something with it. And it was a big thing. Wesley Snipes was trying to get a Black Panther movie made forever. Sweet. And he actually went to studios with the script and the whole thing.
Vibranium mixed with opium.
These look like they were just taken out of Disney's like World of Avatar.
Right. Oh yeah, I forgot they had the Avatar thing of this. That juice probably tastes fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's
you fucking wasted for a year.
Again, the oversensitive version of me, I was like, why does it have to be purple drink? I was like, it's just like, I was like, to me, I'm like, it seems so racist, but I'm like, oh wait, no, written by a black dude, directed by a black dude.
I'm disappointed with myself.
It is.
I should have caught the purple juice.
Sometimes I'm just, that would be amazing. They're all sitting there and it's like, this becomes like a KKK movement and they're like, can't you see? Look, and even they don't like them.
There's old glass eye.
Yeah, no, it's more like Toxic Avenger eye.
Double glass eyes.
Yeah.
Like a leopard girl.
Yeah, let's see.
Jake leopard girl, what are you even trying? Fuck.
Bury him.
It's like fun for the kids.
Burying him.
To bury the.
Oh, that's sad.
There goes his dad.
I picture somebody not knowing about that movie, and they're like, "What is all this?" I guess his dad died.
Is it Bucky that did this or no?
No, they thought it was Bucky, but it was Baron Zemo.
Right. Pulling the strings.
Yeah, Bucky didn't do anything.
Poor T'Challa. That's his name, right? T'Challa?
It is T'Challa. Yes, he is T'Challa. T'Chaka is dead, though.
Mm-hmm.
And T'Chocolate is next.
Here we go. Oh. He's going to run into Anthony Hopkins. He's like, "You see my dad? See he's over there, the other tree. This is the wrong spot."
Oh, it's a beautiful place.
Yoda.
Shot. I wonder, like...
Ooh,
I don't know
cool
if this
looking,
is I don't know if this is an actual location or not. I'm guessing it's not, but like I love the look of those trees. It's one of my favorite things.
Aurora Borealis, brah.
I think it's something even cooler than Aurora Borealis. It's like I don't know.
It's Afterlife Borealis.
Yeah.
It's there's somewhere in between. This is like the astral plane or something, isn't it?
Yes.
It is the astral plane.
That's precisely what it is. Yeah. It's nice to have this moment. I was having a hard time. I don't know, like he doesn't quite look the same, but I think it's because he's not wearing a suit.
Yeah, I think so too.
So this is a real language. People really, well, not a lot of people, but some people really shit on the accent that
he chose.
but it's literally it is an actual accent from an actual dialect in
Whoa.
yeah, I heard that. In Africa, and it's called, I think it's pronounced Shosha.
Right. I don't know.
And it's yeah, but that's when they're speaking a language, that's what they're speaking.
Your trivia game is on point today.
Thank you.
See, this was a very good moment. You could like feel the weight of it when he sees his father and like, wow, like.
I think that this one has, to me, the most emotionality in it because it was not as bound by lip service to the rest of the MCU. Like, it's telling an MCU story and it is continuing it on, and it gives you more stuff and it connects you to other movies and things like that. But it's not fully moving to, I cannot not stare at that eye. Like,
it is very Toxic Avenger.
It is like,
it's sort of like when Jason jumps through the window in like part 2.
Like, I feel like it would be just natural, like, to cover your eyes with both hands. It's just natural to put them across from each other. He would completely miss with his left hand. Like, he'd be like, no, they're like, no peeking. He's like, oh, you caught me.
No, yeah, with the fake one.
Yeah. It's like he could lick his left eyeball. Just by, like,
I'll lick his left eyeball. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But I like this. And too, there's something about this too that, like, as a kind of a religious belief, like, it's kind of like the Viking thing too.
Yes.
It sounds so much more majestic and nicer than anything else that any other religion has offered me. It's like, you go to heaven and you get whatever you want forever. And it's like, really?
I dig the when you get like the 7 Vestal virgins or whatever it is, when you kill yourself for Allah. That's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
You want a reward?
That's
the route I'm going.
I'm just waiting for a
holy fuck, bro.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a like some kind of disease, so that it's kind of like a last minute repentance. It's like, I'm gonna die anyways. So
just repent in my deathbed.
Hell yeah. Oh, he's staring at her like I'd be staring at her. Like, fuck, I'm coming for you, girl.
That's his lady, right? No, he wants it to be. He's all nervous around.
Well, they're broken up as far as I know. Like, they were together, and then she left to go do other things.
Well, because she's kind of like a spy or something, so she has to leave to go.
Yeah, she is. She's
and he's
like
been a pussy throughout, anyway.
She's an operative, but I like that too. I always like that when there is somebody who humble, because he's like. At this level and stuff, he's kind of like a Superman, where he's like, oh, nothing shakes him, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, no, he's like, he does get shaken up. He's just by this woman who like intimidates him.
See, he's learning what I've known my whole life. Women are terrifying.
They are pretty terrifying. Apparently, F. Gary Gray was in talks to direct this movie, and then he ended up ending the talks so he could go do Fate of the Furious.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, it also made $1 billion.
Yeah, it did, actually, yeah.
I think it was
Gary Gray.
There was a great video.
What else has he done?
Other car movie. I can't remember. It was another. I can't remember what it was.
Car film.
I want to say it was Drive, but I don't know.
This guy, a big old rhino.
I loved him, Rhino.
I know, that'd be wicked.
This is Kaluuya. What's his goddamn name? Daniel Kaluuya. He was obviously in Get Out. He was also in Sicario. He played Black Death in Kick-Ass 2. He was in Johnny English Reborn.
Nice.
That was like kind of. It's funny because I've been going through these guys' resumes, and it's like, obviously I can't list everything they were in, but I try to list the things that would be most relevant to the listener and stuff like that. But a lot of these guys are a lot of them are English.
Right.
So, like, he's from England, so there's this, like, long-ass list of, like, busters and stuff like
right.
Weird, like...
See, look at this guy changes his mind later.
Yes.
He's talking now, don't let anybody in, don't help anybody, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as friggin' Buddy shows up, he certainly changes his tune.
Yeah. Oh.
I think he's jealous over something or though. Look at this fucking technology.
Yeah, see that again, that's the nano stuff, right? See, it's a thing that like it's all coming out of that little teeny little bead thing in his hand. It's Denai Guerrero. We were talking about her and her career earlier. The first movie she ever did was Ghost Town with Ricky Gervais.
Nice.
She was in My Soul to Take. She was in the show Treme. She played Tupac's mom in All Eyes on Me. to that movie about Tupac. Obviously, The Walking Dead. She's in upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong, and she's in the upcoming Star Trek sequel that currently does not have a name.
Godzilla versus Kong.
So we got
that's after he rumbles 12 other monsters in the next one here.
King of the I was gonna say like Godzilla versus Kong is gonna feel pretty lame, like tame by comparison. I would assume.
I'm hoping the next one doesn't do what the last one did, where every time they're like, "Oh, here come the monsters, they're gonna fight," and then it cuts away, and it's like people talking in a restaurant, and you can see kind of part of the rumble on the TV in the background. I was like, "This is fucking lame."
No, there seems to be a lot of wide shots of the monsters and stuff, which would lead me to believe there's gonna be a lot more of.
Better be some real rumbling.
Yeah. See, I think that this is actually kind of the weird irony. The reason. I think that this is why his character, Daniel Kaluuya's character, turns over to Michael B. Jordan, because the whole thing is like Claw killed his dad or something like that. And he's like, if you're going to get him, you have to kill him. Right. And then he doesn't kill him, and the other guy kills him. And he's like,
right. Because that's his in. Yeah, yes. That's right.
Yeah. So I don't
nice looking movie this one is too, eh?
And this was the first superhero movie. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first superhero movie since the first Superman to be nominated for Best Score.
Ah.
Yeah.
This movie was really, really well put together.
Yes.
The special effects look great.
Yeah.
Everything about this movie is spot on. Like some of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 look like a big cartoon. Still a good movie, but it looks like a fucking cartoon.
Absolutely.
This looks great.
I think that everybody understood what it would mean for this to be a big movie.
Right.
And that nobody failed. I love their relationship too. Like
that's good, eh? She's a cutie too.
Yeah, I would love to be able to just talk to her and like but she is the one, like the first person I point my daughter to, and I was like, this is who
be like her.
Be. This is like, she's fun. She's willing to question authority if she doesn't believe authority is right. She's smart. She's doing the stuff that only the boys are supposed to be able to do, right?
Oh no, I don't think we had that scene in. I guess we'll find out next movie.
We will.
But she doesn't have that scene with Tony, does she, or anything?
She never
have any scenes with Tony.
She never sees Tony, but she's with Bruce.
Right, that's right. Her and Bruce have scenes.
Yeah, so that's where that one comes.
Bruce
from.
Always gets himself into some situations, eh?
Listen to the making fun.
Oh my God! Just throw him right up there. Look at them gangly old toes.
Yeah. I love that she just makes fun of him. I like the
Whoa. Is that the new like Reeboks?
Pretty much.
Reebok Nanos.
Yeah. See, I like that. The old American movie Baba used to watch, it's actually a reference to Back to the Future 2. Because she designed those on Back to the Future 2. So
fucking nanobot technology, whatever.
But the funniest thing though is it's one you make fun of. It is the most likely one to be a technology we will see in our lifetime.
I think I believe more in magic than I do in fucking nanobot technology.
Which is hilarious because like literally in your lifetime you will hear about like one of the main things they want to do is have nanobots in your bloodstream that will literally take over for like white blood cells for major diseases.
Fuck
and stuff
that.
Like that.
That's another way the man's going to control us.
Blood doesn't make you do anything.
Sure it does. Really work. No, the moment they're like, you're not buying enough cheese was boom. They set the bomb. You're done.
Well, I was going to buy the cheese.
You're not buying enough shit that they want you to. Boom. They're going to kill you. Look at this shit. I could go for this. I could go for nanobot technology underwear.
Yes. Oh, shit. I just want it so I go, got a shit, and then it just opens up an asshole hole.
Yeah, exactly. No, you could probably poop, and the nanobots will eat it up and use it as fuel.
Boom. Don't be too striking.
It's true. True that. I do. I like his accent. I think it's good.
Yeah, I do too. I also like the...
Oh, he likes this one.
Well, I like that one too. Actually, it was an interesting design.
Oh yeah, and then when it takes it and
it absorbs,
uses it as power.
Yes, I liked as well. Somebody compared this. Why are you rubbing my leg? Oh, you're rubbing the cat. I thought Tom was just rubbing up on me. But the
Black Panther's getting me hot.
Yeah.
Whoa,
that was another thing they were.
She's laughing at him.
I know, and videotaping him. But a lot of people were saying this is very much a James Bond movie as well as a superhero movie. And it
Right.
really is. Like, that was just your Q scene. This is your Casino Royale scene. He's literally just about to, like,
Go
be
to the
all
casino.
sexy dressed
Yeah.
and go to a casino and have somebody in his ear. Denai Guerrero.
And
with
have
that
somebody
awful
in
wig.
his ear.
Yeah. Well, there's always.
You gotta have somebody in your ear when you're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they got their wigs on.
She looks like she just.
I think
like,
she just
flared
took
hers
out
on.
the, she's
Yeah.
got the wig on now.
But Denai is like, oh my god, is the
Well, are
worst.
they wearing bald caps in this movie, or
No,
are
she
they
shaved
bald?
She shaved her head. Lupita Nyong'o's had hair the whole time.
No, but I'm talking all the other girls. The bald
I would
ones.
imagine they're all bald.
I like this lady.
Yeah,
This lady's
she
all right.
reminds me of, again, just to show my worst side of my nerd. She reminds me of Mrs. Kim from Gilmore Girls.
From Gilmore Girls.
Right, Gilmore Girls. She's the best. But
Mrs. Kim.
she's like a
I
Christian
like her little
Scientist kind of
smock.
thing. Yeah. So yeah, Wesley
Looks like a
Snipes
cool
though.
market.
In the 90s, he was trying to get this done with Columbia Pictures, and
Who?
he had Wesley Snipes,
Ah.
and they had John Singleton
Nice.
on board to direct.
He
and
hasn't
stuff.
done anything in a while, has he?
He directed.
Is he doing the new Shaft?
No, he directed Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, which was the worst one that had any of the main cast in it. So there's that. What else?
This
do
looks
we
like
have?
a neat place. Looks expensive.
Mhm.
Looks like a drink costs like $20 in there. Domestic.
Oh, you'd be lucky if a
Whoa.
drink cost $20. That's like a water. Hey, do you want a free water? $20.
And it's out of the toilet or mop bucket.
Yeah, for sure. What
Looking
else?
good in the suit. It's a nice looking suit.
Apparently, Ryan Coogler, he didn't want Warmonger to be the main bad guy. He wanted Kraven the Hunter to be the main bad guy because he's a major bad guy of Black Panther, but he's mainly a Spider-Man character.
Yes.
So they again the whole Sony thing, and Sony just flat out refused it.
I think it went well with this one.
No, I think it did too. But that would have been our ability to not have the same fucking guy. We complain about it every time it happens in a Marvel movie where basically his bad guy is like this, like a mirror match.
The mirror
version,
match. Yes.
Right? And so that would have been their way out of that for the first time.
Yeah.
But then they're like, nah, we're just going to go with this instead, which is fine.
That guy looked like Trevor Noah mixed with Dr. Dre. Did you see that guy? Wait, there he is right there. Look.
It totally
Holy
does.
fuck.
That's funny. I like that a lot.
Yeah, this looks like the old. Maybe you used to work at the friggin' the horse race.
Yeah.
Oh, there he
There we
is.
go. Martin
The blackest guy in the movie.
OG.
Fucking Martin Freeman. This guy's in every fucking thing. Have you seen Fargo, the show?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I mean,
There's a lot of people in it.
I can only take so much.
Each
And
season's
again,
a different
It's so much
people.
Yeah, and it's darker than, like, every TV show has to be the dark version
Yeah.
of the original
Yeah.
thing, and I don't know, it's the same. It's the same kind of thing though. But yeah, Martin Freeman obviously best known early on in his career for being in The Office, the original Ricky Gervais version of The Office. He was in he's all in all the Edgar Wright movies. He's in Shaun of the Dead. He's in Hot Fuzz. He's in the World's End. Oh, a little bit of Stan Lee for you.
I always find it strange watching him being a bad guy in something.
Yeah.
Martin Freeman, I'm always like, whoa. Like,
Well, it's funny because
what did I see? What was he the bad guy in?
I don't.
He was brutal too. I was like, what a dick.
I don't remember.
I think it was an Edgar Wright movie. I think it's Hot Fuzz.
I think it was.
Where he
Hot
turns out
Fuzz.
to be the bad guy
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah. He was also in Ali G Into House. He was in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's in the Hobbit movies, which was kind of funny because I guess all of the cast and crew would call him and Andy Serkis the Tolkien white guys,
I like that.
which I thought
I
was
dig
really.
that. He looks like he beefed up for this movie.
Yeah, he does. But he's always been. That's what they said. Ryan Coogler was like uber impressed at how physical he was because he's not a young guy.
No.
And he's like throwing himself around, but also being aware because he's acting pretending to not have an arm, and he keeps that in mind. Like he'll get on the ground and then he'll get up, not using his arm.
He's
and
a
stuff
good
like that.
actor, man.
Like he is. I would argue.
You said it right. He's like one of the most like underrated actors going.
Yeah, but it's he is a super impressive like specimen.
He was the
of an
second
actor.
unit director on The Hobbit.
Yes.
movies. Like he's got it going on, man.
And he directed that Jungle Book.
Oh, that's right. I didn't see that
remake
movie
and
yet
that
because
sort
I
of
don't
stuff.
watch anything. All I do on Netflix is flick around seeing what there is to potentially watch.
Yeah, I was like, I'll get to that one day.
Yeah.
There's that Flat Earther documentary that I really got my eye on right now. So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck. There's a bunch of new ones came out.
Oh hell yeah. There's a new Amy Poehler movie they're putting out on there that looks pretty fun. Actually,
There's a new Ben Affleck
that just came out. Yeah.
crime one.
Then the Scorsese movie's coming pretty soon.
That's what I'm talking about. That movie's supposed to be amazing, apparently.
Yeah.
From the people, but it's going to cost a shit ton of money
Oh, yeah.
because all the actors have to be de-aged.
Oh really?
Like the whole movie, like has to be. And but what's funny is because like if you're making a $200 million Marvel movie,
Yeah.
that shit ain't even a thing. They're just
Yeah.
like, well, whatever you need. But this is like a character movie, so they're like, oh god.
There's another movie, I can't remember what it is now, but they said it's the most expensive movie that they've done. I
think it's The Irishman.
No. It's like as far as budget, like they spent a lot of money to get it, but there's a movie that's coming out that was like $150 million to make.
Yeah, they're starting. They said that they have 8 movies in development that are going to be somewhere in the 200 million range.
Yeah, so like that's that's a lot
They put like $1 billion into it's like, I think honestly, man, just slow down.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, there's nothing to watch. And I mean, yes, there is. If you say there's nothing to watch on Netflix, you're insane.
Yeah.
Just step out of your box, step out of the camera. And a lot of the things too, I really dig how when you flick onto it and it'll give you a preview of what the thing, it kind of pisses you off when you don't like, when I'm just
you're
flicking
trying not
through.
to,
Yeah. Because then the person next to you might be, okay, that looks good. And you're like, no, I don't want to watch. Fuck that. But there's a lot on there that I even did. Let me just see what this is. And I'm like, oh, that looks good. Like I'll watch it. Well,
For
eventually
sure.
when I finished Punisher season fucking 2, it took me long enough to do the first one for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
2 is good.
Yeah.
2's really good so far.
Yeah, we're doing it, baby. And
Look at this.
And 3 will be great on Disney Plus.
And yeah, I got to get through all the Marvel ones before they take them out. Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know how long that's going to be.
Woo.
I like
That was a jump.
That's the one thing I really liked, and I love that in Infinity War, and we'll get to it then, is when you see like him and Captain America side by side. And you saw the same thing in Civil War too.
Whoa.
Yeah, like that's a great. That
Woo.
had. Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
Grab a couple bills.
Yeah, you might as well, eh? I
made it rain.
He would have been a fun character to keep going all the way through, like almost like a Scarecrow in the Batman Begins series. Like he's always
like he can just come in every now and then, like still alive, still causing trouble.
Yeah,
that was a good scene.
Oh, yeah,
going from the nice little casino rumble there to,
and you get to have some
a good chase scene, man.
And you get some cool Wakandan tech too here with Shuri, like this part right here.
This movie does not fit my action quota for Marvel films, but this movie is awesome.
Yeah. Then this
movie was so interesting without shit tons of action that it held me.
Yeah. But it's I would say it's got like the average Bond movie's worth of action. It gives you like an action scene, then it gives you a little bit of intrigue, then it gives you a little bit of plot, then it gives you a little bit of this. God, I'm so glad we have this thing now because our on computer recording just froze on us. But we're still recording over here. We don't have to redo anything.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Yeah, I was worried there when we were watching the fucking. I dig that she can be at the safety of the lab.
Exactly. I like because it's like drone technology style, right? Like where it's like it's consequence free driving.
I don't believe in drones either.
No.
Where is this? It's probably like it's not Toronto. I don't think
no.
I would have known that intersection. I wonder where this is.
Yeah, I think they shot this in China.
Oh, they did?
I think.
Wow.
Well, if you look at all of the signage,
it's all like, well, it's probably like little
or wherever
Chinatown, wherever they are,
wherever it is. They do say where they're supposed to be, and I believe that's where they are.
Smart. Ooh. I was just gonna be like smartest idea you could have ever. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then he got run over.
This is so good. This is the kind of shit I wish was happening in Toronto.
It is all pretty Asian writing. Yeah, you're right. Actually, unless they just made it that, but I mean, I don't think so. Usually flying by, they just leave whatever sign was there because it's like
you'll see Sam the Record Man in the middle of friggin' Harlem.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that
like
literally
in the
happened
Hulk.
in Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. They're right on Yonge Street in fucking Toronto, and there's the Sam the Record Man and everything. I love that.
I mean, that won't take you out if you don't know that, right?
Exactly.
Like it's like if you're not from there. But because we're in Toronto where so many things are shot, it happens all the time. Like
Oh.
friggin' Resident Evil, you see friggin' like she's running up City Hall. It's not like a done up version of City Hall. It's just City Hall. And there's like scenes where they're driving on the Gardiner Expressway and you can see the friggin' CN Tower in the background. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah. That was a sweet move where she threw a staff and it went through the whole car and then landed in the ground and took the car out.
Yeah.
That was fucking badass.
I like to just, it also gives you a basic idea of like the power of their weapons because they're, what's the word? Oh, so
Boom.
cool. But because they're like, because it's all vibranium and stuff like that, right? This was a great hero shot, right? Like that's something out of like the Matrix or some shit.
Look at her, no suit, no nothing. She's kicking ass like Black Panther is.
Hell yeah, she is.
You got barefooting on the old pedal there.
I actually appreciated that they showed that because like it was
Yeah.
like, it's something they always show in Canada's Worst Driver where it's like you can't drive with friggin' flip flops or dress shoes or whatever on. It's not safe. So she went barefoot.
Ugh. She's dead.
And again, I wasn't aware. Like I thought he was just shooting some kind of crazy ass laser, but it is indeed.
Look at that.
How cool must you feel to be able to do that kind of stuff, eh?
Look at that, eh?
Yeah, it must feel so cool to have those scenes. Like I always thought about that with like Orlando Bloom in the Lord of the Rings movies, where he like slides
down the railing
yeah.
and kills like 50 guys with one arrow.
I was like, that's so awesome. Like that's why I want to do movies. I have no interest in being an actor's actor kind of thing. I just want to do like crazy shit that
like
that
back in the day,
companies don't let me do.
Yeah, exactly. Back in the day, like that's what I was like totally like into. Like, look at this, still runs down the side of the building. Good action scene right here, man.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
It is good, and it's
But
pretty
you know,
long.
the actor's actor and in this whole thing, the De Niro's, and I'd sit there and watch all the boring ass movies that like because it had the acting and all this shit. And now I really realize that once you get older, I'm just like I don't even care anymore. I like what I like.
I want to be entertained. That's the end of it. And sometimes I will be entertained by those movies, and sometimes I will just be entertained by fucking I'm gonna get you sucker.
Fucking right. Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, there goes your arm, brah.
Merdera.
No arm.
But yeah,
Look at me, no arm.
I really like them. They're such good foils for each other. That is apparently a line that in the comics he said to Namor. They were at war, like his world and Wakanda were at war, and he says that line, so they took it directly from there and used it, which I think is a fantastic line for him.
It is a good line.
Do not care for the fact that I was able to see his eyes.
Oh, through the mask, it was weird.
It was bothering me.
Yeah, it was kind of messed up. I thought maybe they fucked up
before.
or something. That's why it looked like the mask didn't fit right or something. It looked all fucked up.
Yeah.
Look at that prosthetic arm.
I love this. He's just like, because he knows.
Oh, this was from the preview.
Yeah. He's so goddamn good in these, man.
Yeah, of course they're watching. He's like, come on now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they just put him in this room with a giant mirror facing right at him?
Yeah. So Joe Robert Cole, who's the guy who co-wrote this with Ryan Coogler, he wrote the American Crime Story. That was the whole OJ series. He had a couple of other things, a couple of shorts and stuff like that in there. But again, it's one of those things where not a huge resume, and they're like, we'll trust you with this $200 million movie, no problem. I don't know if it's something that he had submitted or if it was, or they sought him out or what it was, but it worked, man. It worked.
Whatever he did, they just know. It's like they can tell from your past one work that you've got it or not or something. They just like Kevin Feige or whatever his name is. He's got the eye.
Yeah, absolutely. Chadwick Boseman, a little interesting thing I read about him today. He graduated from Howard University in Washington and also graduated from Oxford. And the person who paid his tuition for Oxford was Denzel Washington.
No shit.
Yeah. I don't know why.
How the hell does that like?
Just came up, and that was for his drama school.
No shit.
So they got that going on. Oh my God, she looks so good.
We got a head tattoo too. That's only for the toughest broads.
I know, that's what I want to do. I want to create a head tattoo of where I wish my hairline was for real.
He looks like the kind of guy who'd be good to go for a drink with him.
Who, Martin Freeman?
No.
Serkis would be a I feel like he'd be a beast. He'd just like drink you under the table and just like,
while writing a script for a new movie.
Yeah, I'm motion capturing a movie right now. I don't know why I was doing more of Martin Freeman.
He's in Infinity War, is he not?
He was not in Infinity War. He was in Civil War.
Isn't he in the scene where they start breaking into? And I'm thinking this movie. Sorry, I'm thinking this one. Yeah, I'm thinking the end of this one, which is very similar to Infinity War.
Yeah. Well, because it takes place in the same spot.
Right.
So I'm surprised he's not still there.
I'm surprised they did that.
Yeah.
Like have that scene so soon, but they just introduced him now. So I guess, they wanted.
Yeah.
Or why would they have chosen Wakanda like over other places when we just seen it?
It's because they had to go. They needed to go, like story-wise, they needed to go there because of Vision.
That's right.
It's like either bring everything to Vision or bring Vision to it. It just makes more sense.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
So
he's like, huh? Who are you talking about here, bud?
Yeah. Martin Freeman, again, he's in Sherlock, all these other things. He's one of my favorite non-speaking actors. Like I can watch him for 20 seconds just making little motions and faces.
Martin Freeman.
Because he just does all these little things and you totally understand what he's feeling and what he's getting at just by his little like he did that in The Hobbit, in the first Hobbit movie, and there was a lot of good in that. Like you just get these little moments, and I was like, he was quite good as Bilbo.
I thought he was great
in that in those movies. Again, acting was not the issue. It's like so many movies that we have complained, as so many movies we complain about, like it's always something that so easily could have been fixed in pre-production. Like it's something like, oh, we just got this decision to make this or this. Oh, well, one version won't drive Joe crazy and the other one will. So
I think it's been a long time since we've seen Michael B. Jordan here.
It has been, but we're about to see him in a moment.
Yeah,
so.
It's been they've been good. They haven't really thrown him. You kind of forget about him for a minute, right? And then you're like, oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it makes me wonder almost like, were they trying to throw us off? Now, it doesn't really work when you see the trailers and you see that one.
Right.
But it would be this is a neat suit that they gave him in this bit too. The costumes were really on point in this movie, like all across the board. But yeah, it feels like they were trying to throw you off the thing, like, oh, this guy works for Claw.
Right.
When really it's kind of the other way around. And
look at that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Neato.
I got one of those. I got it at Sky Mall.
At Sky Mall.
Yeah. I don't have an answer for this, but I don't know if that has something to do with him.
Ooh, shit.
I don't know if that's something from the comics, that mask that he's wearing, or what. I like it, though.
Maybe I feel like it's from the lore of the Wakanda.
Yeah. I like that they didn't even bother to cut him out of the chair. They just lifted the chair and took him. I guess it's a time saver, right?
Yes.
But I like that, too.
Neat. Now the suit's the suit's all jazzed up.
That would have been amazing if that's how he killed Warmonger. He just hugs him and just explodes him.
Right here. Yeah. Woo, here he comes. Man, Black Panther's so fucking cool.
Yeah. It's such a cool suit. And that was something they were talking about too with the Blade version, the Wesley Snipes version. It would have literally been him in a black leotard with cat ears.
Meow.
And that's basically what
he should have had more cat-like qualities.
Yeah. We talk about
he should drink milk out of a saucer, and this should have been way goofier.
Yeah. He should have just watched Michelle Pfeiffer's performance in Batman Returns.
No, Halle Berry from Catwoman. Come on.
Oh, that movie makes me want to kick myself in the dick. That is the worst.
I'll do it for you. Don't strain yourself.
Well, you weren't there when I first saw it. We were out of.
What the fuck?
He just stuck a ball in her. That's what I've been wanting to do.
Straight balling, yo. Stuck it in him.
Oh, that's even better. We can save him.
What a neat suit.
So
how long do I have to get ripped? When's Comic-Con again? June?
First weekend.
Yeah, June. What are we in here now?
Even the
couple months?
Yeah, we'll be
fine. All right.
That's what I'm working on.
Fucking a new table?
No. I'm working. Although, just a little hint for people, I'm actually applying tonight to get our press credentials for Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah. That's the first I've heard of it. The first time I've been listening.
I've completely unilaterally made that decision because I figured we were going to get rejected anyways. So what did it matter?
Fucking A. Maybe not, man.
Best case scenario, I had a surprise for you. Worst case scenario, life as usual, baby.
There you go. No surprises.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know why, I don't know how they're connected, but Ryan Coogler showed like an early cut of this movie to Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
And then there's a...
Did he like it?
He did like it. And he goes, I don't even know. They actually, they lay out in the thing. I don't know how far into the movie we are, but they lay out in the story that basically there's a spot where he goes, rewind to the spot where everything changes. And I think they said it was like 69 minutes in. So we're pretty close to when it actually happens. He got, like, I don't even understand why he can't forgive that he got away. He was just like, we had him, we captured him, and then like somebody got, but I guess he said like, you got to kill him like immediately. There's no waiting. There's no.
So what did Francis Ford Coppola say happens at that point?
Well, he just said he wanted to see it again. Like he was just like, rewind to that spot.
Oh, rewind to there, and I want to see the movie again from that point on.
And then he said like that's how he knew that was a really powerful portion of the movie, because he was like, he knew exactly what spot he was talking about. Like it was a spot he was really proud of, and then a spot that, you know, a world famous director that I don't particularly care for.
No, he had some good ones, man.
Yeah.
But you know,
he had some good ones, but we've talked about this. Actually, I was editing something recently of ours, and we were talking about like just him later on, and just like his weird film style and stuff, like how Apocalypse Now broke him.
Right. That broke a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. I like that he's doing that one-handed too. Like it's so kill everybody.
That's why you can't. Nice.
Hi there. Secret cat.
Oh,
I gotta try and get a picture of
he
this
just
for
killed his
Instagram.
old lady.
Well, you gotta do that, man. You don't fuck around.
Oh, he just killed his old lady there.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's getting crazy in this movie.
There we go. Yeah. So
Yeah.
my cat gets pretty needy. One of us is gonna have to like get her off later.
What?
Okay. Get
Oh,
off,
she's like,
cat.
what?
Don't be a shithead.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. He has to.
He's like right here. He could have just got away. He thinks, oh, he's around the bend. He turns, he's gone, and he's got to get the fuck out of here now.
Yeah, it's too late. I feel like I feel like he's not done, but he's another guy. Yeah. Ugh. They said apparently the way they put those on to get them off every day, he had to sit in a sauna for 2 hours, so he would like sweat them off.
Right.
Because just the amount of time that it would take to actually like physically take them off would be longer than
right. Just sweat it off.
Get them all.
Whoa, that didn't look like
that was a double tap.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But I guess that they had to sacrifice him for the story, because how else would he have made it in?
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I guess he's got the ring wrapped around his neck, which would,
and the lip tattoo.
Yeah, like, fuck, do you think that would be enough?
Really, they just needed him. Like, again, he could have gotten away. He could have told that story to literally any other bad guy. He's like, I'm going to go there. And they're like, you're never going to do it, man, because you need to be, you know, they're not going to let somebody in who's not one of their own. He's going to go, haha, I am one of them.
Right.
Right. Man, it's really funny how many people in this movie are also in the Star Wars movies. Because you got friggin' Forrest Whitaker, who's in Rogue One. You've got friggin', we just saw Andy Serkis, who is friggin' Supreme Leader Snoke. And just through all of the Marvel Universe, too. Like Mads Mikkelsen was in Rogue One, and just lots and lots and lots.
Yeah, there is a lot of cool. Well, now that Marvel, Disney...
Yeah.
We're probably saying, I wonder what those fucking plants are, man. And how long they take to grow. They look special. They look like special. They need a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of TLC.
Like a portobello mushroom.
Yes.
Oh.
Whoa. He's throwing rank at you there.
I do like that too. This kind of, because they call him the Obi-Wan Kenobi of this movie, which makes a lot of sense, right? He's the older guide who's kind of been around for it all. And,
right. But
he looks actually quite young here. Like, he looked older with all the makeup and shit on. But then I also think about him as Saw Gerrera in fucking Rogue One. and he.
Oh, he's the buddy that was sent to.
That was him.
Oh fuck. American Woman. See, you listen to B. Bachman Turner, man, because he fucking said it right there. American Woman, man. They're fucking trouble.
They are. He should have said, "Stay away from me." I was thinking more Lenny Kravitz, though, in keeping with the African American.
Right.
Of it all.
Good call. Yep.
Right.
This guy. He's a good actor. This guy here.
Yes.
Sterling something, right?
Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, it's a cool name too. Sterling.
His face just lights like anytime when you're like you be near tears, he's like, "Ah, my zone."
Does he play a gay guy in This Is Us?
No.
Oh.
He plays one of the many people who makes everybody cry.
Doesn't that really piss you off? Like, you gotta, like, buddy, you should have told me this a long fucking time ago. Like, fuck, man, I gotta yell at you and pull rank, and now you're gonna tell me all this crazy shit? Like,
yeah, I thought you liked me.
Like, fuck, man. It's like when you're right here, you've been the president for a while, then you finally find there is Area 51, like in Independence Day.
Yes.
Whoa. Ooh.
Oh, that seems like a bit much.
Nope. He defected. That's how Wakanda takes care of their defectors. Not like Canada, where they're like, "Hey, I joined ISIS, and I've been there for. I'm not really digging it. Can I come back?" We're like, "Yeah, you probably are scarred, so we'll give you some money."
Yeah.
Fucking Canada. Saved my life. Oh, he killed his own brother. Is that his brother?
Yeah, that was his brother. Which is why actually Killmonger, the way they use him in this, he's actually a mix of a bunch of people because Killmonger he's a disgraced Wakandan, but he's not related to T'Challa.
That was him playing basketball down there.
Exactly. But there is a character in the comics named Tashan, who is his cousin, who is jealous of him and stuff like that. Right. So they kind of combine those two characters to create this version of Killmonger.
When is this one on the next slate? Like, is there anything beyond Endgame now that we know of? Or
we do
Spider-Man.
We do know that there's another Spider-Man. We do know that there is another Black Panther. We don't know pretty much anything else. Oh, and a third Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
So at this point, that's all we know. But at the same time, they may also be waiting for Endgame to
say what they're doing, right?
Yes.
Because then you might guess. If they tell you what movies are coming out, you might be able to.
This answers some of your question. This is the area that they flew over to get into,
right?
Like the hidden area of Wakanda, and these are Wakandans.
They're there, right?
So
protecting the borders, smart plan.
They're the border tribe. Who are you? See,
you just said like a dog that speaks.
She's so good. Again, like the outfits in this are just freaking out of this world.
Just give him a new nano spine. Like, what's the fucking problem here?
They did. They fixed him. He's fine. Relax.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They did.
Yeah. See?
Look at all the things. You can pick the radio channel and everything on there.
Man.
Oh, look at all this crazy shit.
I like that. I want this to be my hospital.
See, that's like just neat ideas to have. I mean, that probably cost a couple bucks, but it really adds just something neat like that in the background, right? Like,
oh, hell yeah. But also, like, that the nerds at these special effects places are chomping at the bit to fill every goddamn frame of your video
with crazy shit. Yeah.
Like,
although, right, this is, when they say like you could help other people, like, look what she just did for this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, my God, like they could give that to modern medicine and like.
Yeah. And one would assume that it's not just that their technology is so advanced, but their technology is actually cheap as a result. One would think they're using expensive stuff to create the technology, but now they've created it in an efficient manner.
Right.
Where in a matter of a day, like yesterday, he was paralyzed.
Yeah.
And today
now he's
up without a wound.
Did they all have to? Are they all talking the same kind of thing here? Like, do they all have the same? Did one of them have to be like, okay, like, so this is what you're going to learn. This is the accent you need to have.
I imagine they were all probably put,
right. Because then you'd have like somebody like, oh, I thought we were going with like Western Africa. Like I'm going to, you'd be like, fuck, now it's all different.
I think tribe to tribe, they probably were allowed to be different. Like Winston Duke and his all.
Look at this crazy shit.
Yeah, it's cool. So they really wanted to make this apparently look like an operating heart, like all of the trains and stuff are like the different
Right.
like arteries and stuff like that, and then the central bit is like the heartbeat
Right.
and that, because well, look at how much there
That's
is.
neat, eh?
Sonic stabilizers.
Don't tell this guy anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking trust this white piece
She
of
just
shit.
she just wants somebody new to talk to, because
Yeah.
everybody knows everything. That
They don't even want it. They're like, hey, well, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Right? She's like, somebody's interested. You know, like when
Yeah.
suddenly you find out, you know, you watch wrestling?
Oh
Oh,
my
my God. Like, let's talk. I can't
What?
talk shop with anybody about any fucking thing.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, except for movies and shit, like with you. It's kimono beads.
I don't know what
His
those are.
anal
Is
beads.
that
They shut his anal beads off.
That's some Kabbalah shit.
Kabasa.
Yeah. So this is the first Marvel movie of all of them to have made back all its money in the first weekend.
Holy fuck, eh?
So it was a $200 million budget. It made $202 million its opening weekend.
Oh, yeah. I remember when fucking right.
And that was its opening 3 days. Its 4-day weekend, it was $242 million. So
there's definitely a market out there.
apparently so.
Yep.
It opened number 1 ahead of 50 Shades Freed and Jumanji. Jumanji had been in theaters for a while at that point, but for the next 5 weeks, for its first 5 weeks, it was number 1. Movies that were coming out were Game Night, Annihilation, Red Sparrow, Death Wish, A Wrinkle in Time, Hurricane Heist, Tomb Raider, a bunch of other ones too. But like
Bunch of
those were-
shitty ones.
I know it wasn't really a very
Nothing
strong.
even in there.
Wasn't a huge strong area.
Shit.
But at the same time, one might be able to argue that movies that could have done a little bit better, like Death Wish or A Wrinkle in Time, just got pushed down by this movie. They're like,
Yeah.
nope. It's like people who, out of curiosity, would have went to check them out. Who were like, nope, no time. Got to go see this one.
I wonder, like, if they would have made this movie 10 years ago, would it have done the same business?
It's hard. I doubt it.
Because it kind of pisses me off when they tell,
Yeah.
like, they're like, okay, now the viewing public is ready for an all black movie, which we already have.
Yes.
There's tons of movies with all black casts and
Yeah.
stuff. But I guess we're talking about, like, an all blockbuster.
Yes. Yeah. To trust this kind of movie, like this, this level of movie was almost unheard of. Because think of like the highest level were basically Tyler Perry movies and Soul Plane and shit prior
Right.
to this, right? And then it was like, but nobody was getting friggin' 150.
But it
$200
pisses
million
me,
dollars.
like, it pisses me off that, they're like, now you're ready for this.
Yeah.
I would have been, if you would have slapped this on the theater, I'll bet you it would have made money.
Yep.
People, because we
It's-
like superheroes, look at the money it made now. And I mean,
Yeah.
it was clearly
Well-
not all black people going to see the movie. Fucking everybody went and saw it.
10 years ago, this movie wouldn't have even been pitched though as $100
Well,
million.
no, that's what I'm
Like,
saying, but that's them
yeah.
thinking that we can't handle something that we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, that's true. But also it was like the Wesley Snipes version they were trying to make and stuff like that.
They just
was-
turned it into Blade.
It would have been a way smaller, way smaller version, I think.
Oh, of course. It would have been like Roger Corman's fucking Avengers or Fantastic Four. It's clobbering time.
God, I want to see that movie so bad.
I know. It's no happy life day, but you know.
Yeah. See, it's his little moves, I think, even more than what he's saying. He's doing these little, like, whatevers. But, oh, God, I really do like that suit he's wearing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I know who you are. They should start kissing.
Kiss him. He's your brother. Or no, he's your cousin. That's
Yes.
fine. Kissing cousins.
Kissing
That's what they
cousins.
call that.
Yeah.
Big fucking deal.
Hell
Did that
yeah.
woman have red licorice's hair? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it looks like her hair was being fed through it, though, because she has these weird, like, poodle puffs at
It's
the
like
end of them, right?
plasticine hairdo.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure. That's the highest use of Wakandan technology is to manage her hair.
Yeah. It's like actually a lot more complicated than the spine fixing machine.
Yes. I also like again, it's one of the many Marvel movies where I see both sides. It's like he's sitting out there going, we need to defend our people, and then he's like, well, Wakandans are our people.
Right.
We are our people. Yes, they have the same skin color as us, but that doesn't make them us.
Right. It doesn't make them our people. Yeah.
Yeah. It is like, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, that's a bit much. You know how they get.
Oh, the charlatan. Whoo, she went old school on that one.
Yeah. So this is the highest grossing domestic wise of all the Marvel movies. It was number 3 in the world. So it made $700 million. The first Avengers made 623.4. So it like wiped it out. Ooh, Njaka.
Oh, he's throwing it down.
Njaka.
I don't think he should be allowed in just because he's...
Yeah. Well, he'd still be the king even if he murdered.
Ooh.
Whoa. I got a ring. I could get a ring.
Fuck, man, I got 3 of those. What the fuck? You need a toe? I'll find your toe. Fuck. Fuck that. Easy peasy.
Oh, man. So
how does he know about this whole thing? If he's like never been there, I guess he's been reading
his dad,
on the internet.
His dad also told him a lot of what was going on.
Right.
I'm sure, right? Because he was the beginning of this resistance that basically he's continuing, right? Where's the thing? Angela Bassett. One of Angela Bassett's first acting roles, she played I think a lineless stewardess in Kindergarten Cop.
Nice.
And I thought like her career started way before
That's what I thought too. Like, what?
But then she was in Boys in the Hood, Critters 4.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I have that one.
Are you serious?
Yes, I have I have 4 Critters on one disc.
Oh, nice. Well, go.
Oh, I'm gonna get there soon.
Go find her.
Fuck yeah!
And then she was in Malcolm X, and then she plays the character she played in Malcolm X again in Mario Van Peebles' Black Panther movie.
Malcolm X 2.
Yeah, Malcolm X 2. Malcolm 11. No, but yeah, there was ironically a Black Panther movie where she plays.
There's a lot of weird coincidences with this one, man.
Right?
People like crossing paths, always with Denzel Washington.
Yeah, he crosses over. He's the Black Kevin Bacon. I'm sure he'd love to be compared.
Why
like
not?
that.
Kevin Bacon's a great actor.
Yeah. But then what else? Strange Days, Vampire in Brooklyn, Waiting to Exhale, Contact, How Stellar Got Her Groove Back. Those ones were all in a row. Just
oh my god, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What a wicked movie.
But it was funny because it was from there that I started to see, because I thought she kind of just fell off after that. And I'm like, oh my God, she somehow got busier. She was the voice of Mr. Smith's boss in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. She's uncredited. She's in Aquila and the Bee. She's a voice in Meet the Robinsons. She was on ER. She played Michelle Obama in an episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, no shit.
She was in Olympus Has Fallen. She was in BoJack Horseman. She was in American Horror Story. She's a voice in Bumblebee, and she's in that 911 show.
That's right, yes.
So, she,
with,
just...
Jennifer Love Huge Tits.
Yeah, so she just, kept going and just... I don't know, man. She, I thought for sure she just kind of fell away the way they always say, once a woman hits her 40s, that's the end, right? And, nope, she's never stopped.
He is definitely ribbed for her pleasure.
Oh my god. You could I want a blind person to just rub his chest and read to me.
You want to be that blind person, you filthy liar.
I'm not lying. He is a handsome feller.
Yeah, he is a pretty good looking dude.
Yeah, I get it.
Just so I could kill you, buddy. That's a lot of rage, man.
See?
Jeez, because there's only one situation that happened there, and that's whatever you believed for the last 30 fucking years or whatever the hell old he is.
To which that young man had nothing to do with, because Killmonger is supposed to be older. I keep forgetting too. I'm like, why is he such a good fighter? But then he's a military dude. He's like a mega fighter. Hence all the big weird bumps on him.
Yeah.
What if he just found out he had what if he was like, this is for every kill, but really he's just allergic to his fabric softener?
He's refuses to move out of his house and there's a serious bed bug problem. My God, man. Every shot of this movie is just beautiful.
Yeah.
That's why this movie costs so fucking much, because every background is some wonderful Wakandan beauty. Yeah, check that.
And it paid back dividends, man. Holy crap. If this movie bombed, the only person who'd be allowed to make movies with black people would be Tyler Perry for the rest of...
Tyler Perry remakes Black Panther.
Yes.
Black Panther is a Medea.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Thank God for this movie.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Tyler Perry, too, so after all those movies, this movie went down to number 2 on week 6 when Pacific Rim Uprising came out. So, 5 weeks at number 1, you're pretty good. And then it went down to number 3 in week 7 when Ready Player One and Tyler Perry's Acrimony came out.
Ooh.
And then when A Quiet Place and Blockers came out, it went down to number 4. And then so it was 8 weeks in what was it? Yeah, it was 8 weeks in the top 5 though. I'm like, that's pretty goddamn good in this environment of movies nowadays, eh?
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I also
like I dig, you know, where the story goes.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a comic book movie and it's a movie. So, you know, the fact that he's even here fighting, like, you know, but a lot of them argue, like, this guy's not even deserves to be here just because he's got the lip tattoo and the fucking ring doesn't make him, you know.
I honestly think that him losing the kingdom and stuff.
It's cool because he's got to prove to himself. He's got to fight to be.
Yeah. Like, that was an important thing for him, but for Michael B. Jordan's character, I feel like it should have been mostly about getting revenge against Forrest Whitaker's character because he's the only person he knows.
Yeah.
So he's like, that guy was here and betrayed my dad. Like, he was here and then he left and my dad's here dead. Yeah. Like, that should have been, and then he could have learned.
But he wants to kill Buddy's son, which is very strange.
Yeah. I don't know. That's always a thing in movies. I can't remember who it was, but somebody described this movie as Marvel's Game of Thrones, which is actually quite apt.
I think it is too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
A lot of familial stuff, a lot of epic imagery, and a lot of, like, you know, culture. Yeah, I'm your king. See, I think that was like one of the lines that just like, fuck off.
I know. See, that's the kind of thing. He doesn't Creed sometimes too when he gets like.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Well, he's playing a character, though. He's playing, you know.
I understand it. I just don't care for it.
I agree with you. I agree. It's something, the snarling thing he's doing, you know, this like, I'm so bad, you know, like, snarl my lip.
Yeah, there's a million reasons why he should be doing it, and it doesn't matter. I just ignore them because I feel like nobody would have complained had he not been like that. Is that first scene, he was perfect.
Yes.
To me, and like everything else was just kind of whatever. Although he's good, like towards the end, he's good again too.
Yes, he is.
So
I think he does a good job with it, but like sometimes I'm like, the choices he's made, I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh no, you got the bad king. I wonder what the nightlife's like there, man. It looks like a freaking crazy subway system, man. It'd take you forever.
I feel like the entire country is just that like underground orgy dance scene from The Matrix 2.
Dude, I was thinking that. That's hilarious. Before I was going to be like Zion, but I was like, it might be too little too.
Zion. I'm gonna turn this down so I don't get too loud. Yeah. Zion, hear me.
Hear me.
So good.
Everybody can hear you. 4 fucking towns over there, bud.
Denai Guerrero too. How good is she in Infinity War?
Awesome.
It's so good. Again, just more like, if they felt like they needed Captain Marvel for the female empowerment, like, they need not, because like between that movie and this movie,
I forgot about how much this is female driven.
Yeah. And
just that scene, like he's in the suit, she does not. You know, like that action scene where they're riding the top of the cars, man, fucking right.
Yeah, but but still, at the same time, there was never one who's like the lead, so I get it, and I don't fault them for it, really.
Come with me if you want to leave.
This is like the scene in Ragnarok where they're all hiding.
Oh yeah, it is kind of the same.
Yeah,
she takes over the throne, he takes over the throne. Oh yeah,
it's all good.
All the same.
Oh,
shit.
Imagine trying to like get all that sand out from between the bumps.
That'd be awful. Well, he's the king now. He probably has one of those hot girls naked with a toothbrush.
Yeah,
going over the bumps.
I felt. Oh God, I snorted at that. But the poor Angela Bassett, I was hearing about, she went through some like huge training regimen, and I didn't really understand why, because it's not like she has any action scenes or stuff. But then it said she did a lot of like lower body stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is just a really nice way to say she had a fat ass before this movie, and they were trying to get rid of it.
She was doing Kegels.
Oh God,
that's the lower workout she was talking about.
She actually is the one who ripped off Claw's hand. He was getting too physical with her. He tried to fist her, and he pinched it and ripped it off.
Boom, Kegels.
The white hair throws me off.
That's the best way to lose your arm.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. See, he understands purple drink. See, ancestral plane. You were right from before.
Fucking right. Did they say ancestral plane?
Ancestral.
I said astral.
Oh, you did say that. All right, well, you're wrong.
I believe it's the same thing. They call it something different. It's in between. Yeah. Unless this is the astral plane where you only go to see your relatives that have died.
Specifically. Well, it's for it's like their culture's headed type thing, right?
Oh, here we go.
Hey, you. Look at my ears.
Oh, they show a little scene too, I think, of him finding the closet or something, right?
Yes.
Dropped in the closet and he finds R. Kelly in
Oh,
there.
I meant to pitch to you, by the way. We need to do this maybe towards the summer. I want to, maybe we'll just coincide it with his trial. I want to do commentary for the entire Trapped in the Closet.
Oh my God. There's like 50 parts or something.
Yes. But
that would be great.
It's still only 8
Can
minutes
you
long.
find that on YouTube? Is that?
I'm sure I can hunt it down.
I'm sure it's on there. I'm going to look for it tonight if I remember.
Yeah, but
right here. I saw some dude the other day at the mall and he had a Public Enemy or
Public Enemy?
Public Enemy Fear of a Black Planet jacket.
Yeah.
He was like some little Asian dude, but I was like, the jacket was so cool. I was like,
cool.
look at that jacket, man.
Which is where the movie Fear of a Black Hat got its name.
Yep. You got the chain in there.
We're going to be doing that one soon too, because that's fucking great.
I like that.
I like that somebody had to like make those books and like handwrite that information, and it's the little details. And while it was a close up in the movie, it was of course necessary. But
whoa,
what the fuck?
What's happening?
Are you a boy or are you a man?
No, he's not mad. That's not even your ring, bro. That's your dad's. Hey, wait a second. Was he born here?
He is born to an American mother and a...
Well, how does it... Are they born with the tattoo?
I don't know.
If he was born in Wakanda, how did he get the tattoo in his lip?
His father probably did it to him.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Right, where he's like, because he's like, one day I'll be gone. And he actually says something too in here where basically he says, I want to be able to bring you home.
Right.
And that sort of thing. I don't remember. I'm super paraphrasing, but no tears from me. He was really good in this. He's actually, to Sterling K. Brown, he's the one who, at the very beginning, had he like narrated the whole like story of Wakanda and stuff like that. It's a really good voice.
It's good.
This is good acting for him too. Shit. I'm very jealous of especially like the younger guys like this, because I mean I always feel like everybody's older than me in movies,
right?
But I'm starting to slowly realize that I'm an old fuck.
We're the olders now, buddy.
I remember, I think the first time I realized that was, I think it was Ben Roethlisberger when they won the Super Bowl, and then they said it was like he was my age or just a little bit younger or something like that, and I'm like, oh no, it's finally happening.
Yeah, it's funny how I do get that as well. I think it's not so bad, but some days when I found out like there's really young comedians making all this noise, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, it's like
or wrestlers are like Tyler Bate, 19, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well,
like,
I'll give you a good example. We were talking about Pete Davidson a while back, and he was on an episode of How Did This Get Made, and they were talking about The Shadow, and that's when he said, I was 2 when this movie came out, and I was like, oh, oh no, you know what I wasn't? 2.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
was? Old enough to go see that movie by myself.
Fucking A. It's called Man Up Time. I go to the movies alone.
I have a hard time.
I'm a man.
And it's kind of dumb. I have a hard time looking up to people who are younger than me.
Oh, is that the first shit of the movie? I think that was the first S word.
Burn it all. Well, it makes me wonder too. Oh, she's still
gonna sneak one out. Good call.
He's smart.
Oh, this must be so awful.
Scorched earth.
It's underground. Nobody would just be like, I'm not gonna do this. Fuck you. I guess you'll end up dead though.
Yeah. Just everybody grab some and run in the other direction. Those panthers remind me of the front of an Italian's like house.
The brackets just said hip hop music playing.
Yeah.
There was no hip hop music playing.
No.
That was this. Does that sound like hip hop music to you?
I think.
It sounds like the score to a movie.
Yeah.
With a woman singing over it.
Hippity hop.
Like, what the hell?
That's a
this
nice,
guy. Like,
this
the guy didn't even watch it with sound. He's like, it's probably some rap song, whatever. Click in rap tune.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
whatever.
Some racist dude.
Yeah,
a guy playing
the racist sound editor.
Listen to some noise. This was a really good soundtrack too. Actually,
yes, it was. I think Kendrick Lamar was
the curator of it. Big fan of Bag Back, which was actually the song that was in the trailers. and stuff like that. And it's now on my workout
Bag
list.
back.
Bag back, it's called. It's really good.
Give
So
me
that
my
song
bag back, girl. Give me my manhood back.
No, that's not it at all. But you've destroyed everything. But
This sounds like a great plan, buddy. Everybody's really on board with this one.
Exactly.
Plate lip there doesn't look too pleased either.
Well,
there's licorice hair.
What do you want him to do? Smile?
Yeah, right. Smile.
I'm
You're so pretty when you smile.
I'm trying. Did I tell you the story about that? With the girl on Twitter made the comment, the Punisher would be prettier if he smiled more. and then somebody, some dude bro, responded, and he's like, you don't even understand the Punisher and what he's been through, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to be able to smile. So she takes a photo of, it's a big stack of Punisher
she
comics and
wrote
all these
it.
things. Oh man, you blew my story.
Yeah.
There's beats to my story, and you just
sorry.
like skip to the end because Joe's stories are too long.
I don't know where I heard that from, but I heard the same thing.
No, I'm pretty sure I told
in
you
the
at
car
Captain
ride?
Marvel or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun thing basically. Yeah, so the girl ended up like, he's like, you don't understand the Punisher, and she had written several issues of the Punisher.
That's hilarious. But I love that it's okay for dudes to be like, oh, Brie Larson looks such ball buster. She doesn't even have any sense of humor, which I don't think, like, I liked that. I liked the fact that she was kind of humorless.
Yeah.
She's an ass kicker.
Yeah, exactly.
But then the moment anybody, you don't know what Frank Castle's been through, man. Why would he smile when you watched your own family get murdered?
It's the thing. There is
right off.
There is a subsect of the white male who feels like everybody is infringing on their right to rule.
Yes.
And that's all. That's literally all it is.
Right. That's true. That's a good way of putting it, right to rule. Because these are the type of people when you're talking about everybody on an even playing field, they don't want that.
Yeah. And that's literally like everybody will come up and it's like, like your NAACP and stuff like that, and the people leading up all of your Martin Luther Kings and all these. Wouldn't it be nice if we were all equals? And they're like, no, because that means you're in charge.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it means. It's
that's
like,
exactly, yeah.
Occasionally we'll be president or something like that, but it'll be able to go all over the place. Wouldn't it be crazy if you treated women, 51% of the population, the same way?
Yeah.
No.
God forbid. No, because then they're going to take away all my white freedoms. Because that's all anybody wants.
Yeah. I'm going to be quite honest. I don't want any of my white freedoms anymore. They're fucking.
I never wanted them to begin with.
They led to fucking the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's what it got us.
The Kardashians.
Ugh.
That's the same thing. That's
they're
the same thing.
They're Armenian. I kind of.
No, but still,
they
are. No, their whole market is to,
princesses.
Yeah, exactly. I want to live like this. I want to be rich because I had a sex tape and then now I'm a billionaire.
Mm-hmm. I want to do this. I want to do a sketch about this, but make this movie directed by a white guy and then have to go explain to these giant dudes that they're going to have to like walk around and act like gorillas. And it's just, okay.
And plus the thing that they had it's funny that you was mentioning that because there was a big gorilla holding up the base, right? Like the big statue. Look at that.
I just think it would be really funny. It was like that sketch you always wanted to do where it was one white guy in the middle of the Apollo crowd. And it's just like super. And then and it would cut back and it was like all the black guys are just like knee slapping and getting up and kicking. And the guy's just in the middle going, not getting at any jokes and kind of scared that he's not. Like, he's like, I wish I could laugh along with you.
And scared too. Because like, why do you get that? This guy's cool. I like
he's really, he is going to.
He's a stand-up guy.
I'm going to say within 5 years, he is going to get a role that is going to be like huge. Like he'll get like best supporting actor nomination or something like that.
I dig that. I like that little prediction. Why did you think of that?
I was watching this and Infinity War a little while back.
Keep him on ice. Yeah, he is pretty fucked up.
But I don't know. He just has that kind of command of like a Shakespearean dude.
Right.
And I see that in him. I'm like, it's just waiting for the right role. He's gonna get one, and he's only gonna get more big roles because after Us comes out, it's gonna be a fucking dynamo.
Is he the dad or something?
I don't know who he is in it, to be honest with you. I just know he's in it.
I can't wait to see that movie, man.
So, oh, I thought she just pulled out another one. I'm like, how many fucking extras did she grab? Give I would say if this is the problem, like give fucking him. Yeah.
He's powerless right now.
Yes.
He doesn't have his Black Panther powers.
Yeah, he's got nothing. I like that they packed him in ice too. I like the whole, like, just the old schoolness of it all.
It's a cool gear, eh? The costumes are so. Every time I watch one of these movies, I don't know who I would want to go to cosplay more.
Oh, so good.
Crushed cream soda should have come up with their vibranium grape.
Oh my god.
It looks just like this shit.
I could just see the looks. I would never be able to buy. Not that I ever drank grape soda in my goddamn life.
Fucking gross.
It's like grape soda, cream soda. It's like, give me.
Oh no!
That's why I can't. I can't do cream soda. I know a lot of people like cream soda.
I find it it's too sweet or something.
Yeah.
The moment I'm done drinking a pop, I want to drink another one anyways. But oh my god, it's pop left.
Yay, good times. Don't spit on our equipment, please. Oh man, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Hey, oh, you're back, aren't you? Yeah, good news. Yeah. Oh, you were talking about who you wanted to dress up as, and then you went into the whole grape crush thing.
That would have been a huge hit. I mean, come on, what the fuck?
It's funny, that was something that really happened in the 80s. Like, they had that, like, there was that, like, Ghostbusters, like, slime drink or whatever it was that, like, actually outlasted the real Ghostbusters that it was, like, made from.
And it turns out it was just Nickelodeon gack.
It essentially was.
Yeah.
Everybody died, but it's fine.
It was worth it?
I think so.
Yeah, you could have brought him back, though, and
I like this,
too. To kill.
I like this too because again, this is very much him being like Captain America and having the right moral compass. He's right. Like, there was a way around this. He's like, you built the bad guy. It's like the way that, like, they're like, oh, this guy created ISIS or whatever. He's like, hey, you know where this came from? This came from you being like so closed to the outside world.
I think that's a good thing. That's a good point you said. I think that in real life, like in the movies, a lot of the time we do create our own enemies. Mm-hmm. We are the bringer of our own misery and suffering and problems.
You betcha.
That's pretty deep.
Everybody tries to kill me at work. Is that what we were talking about?
Exactly. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Whoops.
Joe's wearing a sweet Black Panther shirt right now.
I am. I'll take a picture with that after. We'll take a nice photo for the for the whole deal.
I got a Black Panther tattoo on my penis.
I think I'm gonna make a dessert.
It says
I'm gonna make an MCU dessert for tomorrow for us to celebrate the end of.
Not tomorrow. God.
What? Oh fuck! Yeah, I keep forgetting. I'm gonna be also. No, I should probably give my wife some attention.
Gross.
Well, I kind of was like, I kind of dreaded even asking her. It was just like, would you mind?
Hey, we're gonna do 2 in a row
because it's my long week too. So literally our only 2 days together. Can I kick you out into the bedroom and so we can? I had a literal dream because my cousin is selling his house right now, and I had a dream that we bought his house and we used the one basement room and turned it into a TV and podcast studio.
Like a studio.
And it was my first wet dream in a while.
Oh man, that's mine. I've been thinking about it too, just finding a space where we can.
Yeah.
I don't know, right? Because like I remember people that were artists in Toronto, and they would have a space they could go to.
There are spaces.
Like, what the hell?
There are spaces you can rent, but I'm not paying another.
I know. I don't want to unless it was cheap.
Yeah.
There's a couple,
but nothing that for our needs anyway.
She needs a fucking basement. You know what you need to do?
Yeah.
Just clean out your fucking garage.
You can't do stuff in there.
Why not?
It's not soundproof. It'll be echoey as hell. You'll be able to hear literally every car drive by because it's.
Yeah, because there's no insulation or any fucking thing.
Also can't also can't have a TV running in there. Or can't plug in any of this equipment.
Right.
It's just a whole.
So there's a lot of downfalls. You're saying with that.
We could just go talk down there if you want.
Oh, neat.
We can just go have
a good echoey conversation. I like that.
Yeah, we can have those real talk. It looks like that was a 3D printed throne that he's in.
What's with the weird like tree art in
Well, that's
there?
what they got, right? They just go with what they got. Somebody asked Martin Freeman what it was like to be in a movie where he was like the only white actor, and his answer was, "I felt exactly like I imagine every black actor must feel."
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, he's like, I like that though, because I think that there's a lot of perspective in that. And we've had this conversation before. I'm sure I mentioned it on the show, and I mentioned it on a YouTube show that I was guesting on, because they were talking about how people will be proud, you know, how it's so good for like black kids and stuff like that to see this and, you know, have something to look up to and stuff. And while I don't diminish that, and I think that that is kind of the primary importance, I think the secondary importance is that the little white kids can look up to all these powerful black people and look up to them.
Of course.
And because, and the point I made is,
that's a good point,
you
actually.
live in a house where maybe not even just full on racism, but just maybe a little bit of placism
Right.
is there, where it's just kind of like, hey, we're us and they're them and whatever. But like any of that just kind of derogatory comments, like I picture a kid hearing their dad say something shitty about a black person or something like that, but then in their brain they're like, well, that doesn't compute to me because my heroes are black people.
Yeah, like that's Black Panther's not like that.
And
like,
he's
no
like,
fucking way.
And like, you can't tell me, oh, they're not intelligent, because Shuri's one of the smartest people in the world. And like,
They all seem pretty damn smart to me.
And that's exactly my point. And it's like, to give them that, it almost cancels out. It almost like creates like a racism filter that like when people are trying to give it to them, they're like, nope, that can't be true because I've seen it not be true.
That's actually a really good point. Like it's not good just good for black people to see this movie. It's good for everyone.
Yes.
Because you're right. It's like setting an example, like it's setting like a bar.
Yeah. But
which is weird to say because like we said, there are black movies out there.
There are, but I think that most of them are very Tyler Perry. They're very they're very like out there characters and all these kind of like crazy and all that kind of craziness. Oh, great moment. There's actually when they're doing the battle thing and they put those stripes on him, the stripe across his forehead is literally a Lion King reference.
Oh, really?
Like they just took that directly
hilarious.
from the Lion King, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Sometimes like the simplest explanation is the truth.
I know, right? Oh, he didn't yield, so let's keep the shit moving.
Woo woo.
Oh, he's so cocky too.
I know. Oh yeah, okay. So now you can invoke it, right? See, just like a villain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm the king now. No, but you're not, dick.
Well, yeah, technically. Well, I guess he's not. He's alive still, so
let's have an election. Right? Is that the whole point of this movie?
Exactly.
It's just talking about elections and shit.
I can't wait to see what happens with him.
Yeah.
In the next Black, because he's going to be in prison, or will he be remorseful that he joined up with Killmonger? Will he be?
I feel there will be some form of reconciliation.
Right.
Like maybe not full on.
He'll die saving King T'Challa.
Oh, good call.
Yep.
Good call. I'm going to take credit for that.
Yep. Woo! As these girls coming at you, man.
Like, dude, do I or do I not have goosebumps that look like Warmonger's back right now?
Oh, yeah, he does, baby.
Oh, my God. It's so fucking good. That girl's sort of white.
Yeah, that was just thinking that. They were like,
yeah. I was like,
yeah.
I like that too, because that scene looks so badass, but I picture that scene being 20 seconds
I
of just
forgot
her
about this big battle here.
Oh, it's so good. And like all the shields and like, everything's so fucking cool. Uh-oh.
Boom. Nice.
That's like a Thor move, and catches that because he's got
boom.
style.
Ever since I saw Black Panther in the Avengers cartoon.
Yeah.
Like way back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because once the movies start coming, they start looking into, you know, and I would know of them. But man, once I saw him in the cartoon, I was like, this guy's so fucking cool. Like,
yeah. Well, to me, I knew nothing about him, and I didn't see any of the cartoons. The only thing the only like presumption I had was that there was a connection between him and the Black Panthers, and then I was just like, oh, it was like this politically motivated.
Oh, right.
So I was like, so I felt like it was some kind of weird niche comic. right?
fuck.
That I was like, I don't think I'll even be able to understand type thing, because I don't really I understand what the Black Panthers were, fighting for and all that stuff, but I'm not.
I feel bad for these rhinos being used for evil purposes. I think they seem like, when I saw them eat that big apple thing, they seemed like nice characters, you know, being forced.
I feel like they don't even know that they're hitting anything because they're so big and powerful. They're just smacking into shit, right? See, I like that they gave him the opportunity to have a little hero moment.
I like it too.
He's been protected the whole movie, and now he's kind of like, let me prove my worth.
Very similar to Banner.
Yes.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
Now that I'm watching this scene, wait until we see the next one next week. It's like almost the same kind of thing going on.
It's got a lot of that, because he's like the only difference is that like he had nothing to fall back on from the beginning. Don't you hurt her.
So upsetting.
No.
Oh, he did. He slit her throat.
He was so down with it. Yeah. Oh, there should have been blood spraying everywhere. She is. I like Denai Guerrero. I find her, like, when I see her on like Talking Dead and stuff, I find her a little annoying. But like, I think sometimes when I love those guns. When I see these,
let's take one of those crazy frisbees for like ultimate frisbee.
Yeah,
they're like kind of made of cloth. They're like, so your dog can catch. You can play dog frisbee.
Yeah, for sure. Those are the ones you use for the rhinos. But the what was I gonna say though? I got distracted by the guns again. But Denai Guerrero, I find her because she talks so much like a professional actress when in those scenarios of like The Talking Dead, where I just want to hear them just talk normal and just be like, hey, was this fun? Was this not fun? Like, what kind of hijinks were you guys up to? And but she'll like get, because she's like a playwright and all these other things, right? So it's kind of hard. It's hard to get any just kind of normal civilian answer out of her when she's always answering like an actress.
Right.
So
that's the problem when you're friends with an actress or an actor. Are they acting right now? Like, are they, are they ever really themselves?
Your whole life is a lie.
Except for McConaughey.
Oh, yeah. He's never been anything different in his life. Even he got AIDS for real, just for Dallas Buyers Club.
Like Lincoln.
Oh my God.
Commercials. Like, because the thing is, these guys are getting paid mad cash.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm guessing that the deal he probably has is they probably threw him a chunk of change and he probably gets a new free Lincoln.
Oh, he probably gets a free Lincoln a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So every time a new one comes out, but sometimes that's just the deal they get. They're like, okay, we're not going to pay you any money, but we're going to give you a contract that says every time a new Lincoln comes out, you can have the new Lincoln. Mm-hmm.
One of his lines,
is pretty damn good.
Yeah, well, for sure. One of his lines in the first commercial was, I was driving Lincolns way before they paid me to. And I was like, because it's Matthew McConaughey, I buy it.
Yeah.
I was like, I full on believe that that's the case. That was an amazing shot. I don't think I was thinking
too. I didn't remember from before either.
It was like a weird point of view, kind of like from his chest, like somebody strapped a GoPro to his chest facing him.
I like those shots.
Uh-huh. Oh,
fucking asshole.
It's cool though, but again, another movie where you don't get to see a lot of movies where like there's a real violent fighting between a man and a woman, like where a woman just flat out gets punched in the face or something, right?
That is something that these movies has also done.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't give a shit whether you're a woman or not.
Yeah.
You're super powered and you're wailing on me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to fucking hit you back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's no, you're a woman or anything like that. It's like, if you're going to come at me, you're in the ring, we're going for it. We're going at it, you know?
That was like when that was like in like junior high or whatever. There was a girl who was like twice my size who was just like shoving me and like hitting me and stuff. And I would not hit to save my life, but I'm sitting there thinking, maybe I should have just slapped her.
You probably should have. Like the moment where I finally stood up to my sister.
Yeah.
And you were not there that day.
No, I was not.
But she was losing it. And look at this fucking like Balrog and
yeah, exactly.
And fucking buddy there.
This is the second time we've actually used that analogy in the Marvel universe.
Is it?
Remember, yeah.
Well, the other one, Thor, when they fall, right? It was like totally right out of
Ragnarok, yeah.
Whoop. Boom.
Boom.
Anyways, I beat the shit out of my sister one day and that put an end to the reign of terror.
Yeah.
But it's a funny thing.
We'll preface that with she was an insane bully. She was
so bad.
The older sister. She was 2 years older than you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she would just like wail on Todd and go out on these rages.
Oh yeah, like dear God, lady.
Yeah.
I still, when I see her now, I still just was like, I should just floor you right now for like no reason. Boom, boom, right in front of your kid too.
I love you and all, but there's lessons to be taught here.
Yeah. She came at me, I took her arm, put it behind her, slammed her head. Because like when you're being bullied, it's a funny thing. It's a mental thing. So it was.
I don't like this effect. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, don't fuck it. And so yeah, it looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's weird because it's like a mental thing.
Yes.
So it's like you could be I was way bigger than her for years and years and years, but it just never occurred to me.
Yeah, it's
you know.
Yeah,
Plus it was the whole she's a female thing, but then eventually I was just like, fuck this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not putting up with this shit anymore.
Yeah. And while we're on the subject, my wife, she fucking like burnt my sandwich the other day. She burnt it.
Burned it.
She burned my
Probably
sandwich.
on purpose.
Yeah.
You beat her, right?
Oh, she's in my trunk right now. I love my wife. I've never laid a hand on her. That was in a
That she didn't ask
non-sexual way.
for.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like sexy open hand slap to the mouth. Never heard it.
Although I'm not entirely sure she's always asked for the hands I have laid on her. She's like, "Hey, can you
get these hands?
Can you get your hand off my breast? We're in the middle of a Toys R Us." Or in Paul. Actually, I could probably have said literally any other word. We're in the middle of everything.
Where? Right in front of you.
You know what I do? Just put the screen back up. Ignorance is bliss, baby.
Who is that shooting at him?
It's just one of the blameless bad guys, or nameless bad guys, not blameless. He has tons of blame.
Blame game.
I wonder when they have those things, because they have like effects on them now. There's like things that you have effects on and effects in. Ooh. And like that is easy. You just like draw something in front of them type thing. But like those discs have like the stuff inside the disc. I'm like, I wonder if it's got like a green screen thing in the middle that they can animate over top of, or what.
Buddy, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
Like, what do you think? Like,
yeah,
fuck, do you see, like, kind of step outside yourself and see what's going on right now? Like, what are you doing? Oh yeah,
I love that so much. This is very Lord of the Rings. Woo! This scene actually, because that scene where the war is lost. Oh no, I like that the women are strung there too. But
oh fuck, here comes the barbarians, man. You guys are fucked now.
Look at that flip. That was amazing. I like that fight better than I like this fight. Only because
I know, me too. Actually, it's very CG.
That's the problem. Is it's 100% CG.
I don't know why they didn't just get them fighting. Like, why do they do this?
Well, there's
Like, I mean, go flying, okay, but just the shots of them punching each other could have been them. Like,
well, you get a few of these shots just so they could act against each other.
What's the deal with the suit?
The sound wave things.
Is okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the same thing when she was using those sound wave guns. Excuse me, on Kill. It was Killmonger. I've been saying Warmonger this whole time. It's Killmonger.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah,
well, I knew he meant, so I didn't even.
That was
it crossed my mind there. I didn't even.
Yeah. Anyways, I do apologize.
Warmonger, Killmonger, whatever.
So you're gonna feel really dumb if you correct me on the first one and then hear me catch myself, right? Oh, he just Wakanda forever'd. Whoop.
Whoa.
Boom. I love the way this, like, that thing basically drives like an Xbox Kinect.
He's like, oh shit, oh, he's sweating?
Yeah.
Woo, he's got the battle sweats. I usually get that when I'm shitting.
I like that they gave him a little something too. He's like, oh yeah, he was like, oh yeah, I was a pilot in the Air Force or whatever, like before I was like a bureaucrat type thing.
I like that they gave him a little piece of the pie here.
I do.
Everybody gets their own little fan service or whatever you want to say, their own little, everybody gets their moment to shine in these movies, which is really nice.
And in no matter how many people are in it, nobody is given an opportunity.
And surprisingly, I find it surprising the people that they give moments to. Like, even like, what's her name here in Infinity War gets a lot of screen time and stuff. Really, and you're like, wow, like these secondary characters they're really, you know.
Well, not just that. She is, I think only her and Shuri are the only two Wakandans who, and him too, the big guy, the Jabari guy there. They're like the only people you're going to see in Endgame. You don't see T'Challa. You don't see fucking Lupita Nyong'o. You don't see anybody.
So,
you betcha.
You probably would, you bastard.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Stab him in the thigh to show you mean business, baby.
Once you go black, you never go back. But when everybody's black, it's not a problem to kill your boyfriend. Right?
That's right.
right?
Black of the berry, the sweeter the juice,
Do
they
I
say.
do I need to write an apology now or later?
We should have started with an apology.
I think I did.
I think everybody that watches it, sometimes I want to say on here, like, but they know. If they're listening to us, they know.
No, they've heard us talk about every bloody subject.
Exactly. They know. Sometimes I think we should be like, oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes we should, but like, well, they know.
No.
If they don't by now,
Yeah.
What we're about, or if they don't know, then they just keep listening. Okay. I'm not going to say not to listen because there's only 5 of you. So,
and tweet out to Casper Mattresses to tell them to sponsor us. I actually told Casper
Fucking
Mattresses.
A.
I actually tweeted them that they have to sponsor us, and they tweeted back.
oh my God, that's all I've ever wanted.
And it was just a
I don't care which one it is. I want one because my bed sucks.
so good. Yeah. Just give me 800 of your samples for me to stitch together.
My mother has like the worst back. This is
Yeah.
the sad part.
Yeah.
Oh, I cried here actually.
He looks more bummed out that he just lost. He's like, "Aw."
I will move. I feel so bad for him in this part.
Yeah. So we're actually coming up on the line that kind of showed Disney's support and stuff like that. We've got a few minutes before that happens. But I love this kind of moment, and it's that kind of
Just realize like, oh, look how beautiful it is here.
It is the culmination. Yeah, it's the complete culmination of everything, like in his brain all at once. He's like, he feels like he may have failed his people. At the same time, he's getting to experience something he never thought he'd be able to see. He gets to complain about Oakland a little bit, which everybody likes to do.
Oh, poor warmonger.
Killmonger.
Warmuncher.
Munch killer.
Munchkin killer.
Crunch and munch finder.
Well, this is the moment he realized that he's fucked up, and his entire life was based on revenge and anger, and
Yeah.
he's probably kind of happy now that he's being let out of this whole shit.
He's free.
Exactly. This right here, where I'm actually getting choked up right now as well.
Yeah, I am too. It's
I'm in the theater there, and I'm like, he's so nice that he brings his enemy up.
Yeah.
To like Killmonger would have murdered him. Well, and that would have been the end of it.
And he also it very well could have been the other way. If his uncle would have been the older of the two, then this would have been him. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's this beautiful thing. So there's this, so he's gonna have this moment now where he can actually offer to save him, which they're about to do. This is actually very much a Baron Zemo moment.
Oh yeah, because they could just throw him in the aubergine.
We can. And now here's the line. This is actually what they thought Disney would cut. So he's talking about, so they can lock me up. Here, I'm going to actually just turn it up so we can all hear it together. There.
In the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
I know, bondage is pretty fun.
So that was the line. Oh, so good. But they thought for sure that they were going to make them cut it out. And Kevin Feige and group basically said, you are going to have to make a lot of changes to this movie. Under no circumstances is that moment to be removed from this movie. And not only that, we think you should build more around it. So, because they thought, he's like, I'm making this big.
What? So when they saw the movie first, they were like, "Oh, some things have to go." Well, I guess that's not all things.
But again, he wrote it thinking, "Oh, this is going to be too African American,
too
political,
right,
whatever."
yeah.
And he's like, Disney's not going to want to, not going to want to touch that nerve, maybe.
Right.
And they were like, "No, that's what this movie. That is the line that this movie is now about. So you go and act accordingly and stuff." And Ryan Coogler couldn't be happier. Saw a great video on Twitter actually with Ryan Coogler. He was doing an interview.
Is he a young guy, middle-aged
He's
guy?
he's fairly young. He's in his
I don't know if I've ever seen him.
He looks like a guy who'd be named Ryan Coogler. But actually, it's funny. There's a guy named Coogler in Community who's played by the creator of Arrested Development. He's like the party time college guy.
Right.
He's like, I know, everybody loves Coogler. He gets all the girls. And it's fucking bananas. But anyways, so Ryan Coogler, he's doing an interview. He's next to a boxing ring. I think they're talking about Creed 2. And then all of a sudden he looks off to the side and there's a little girl dressed like Shuri. And she went, and then he goes down, he's talking to her, and he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, where'd you get this? He's like, my mom helped me make it. And it's just this beautiful moment of this little girl. And he gets to see this little black girl come and basically say thank you for creating something that
Right.
I can be into. And then the kids left and he went to go back and do the interview, and you could see he was shaken. Like, he was just like, wow. He's
Right.
like, that means a lot. And to see that means that much to them is that much more important to me, because it means that them making the movie meant that much to them.
Right.
And it's not just, I get to do a $200 million movie so I can go do the next movie I want to do.
Well, I'm
blah,
sure
blah,
there's
blah.
a little add in
Well,
there too.
there's always that.
But
'cause
why would
want
you be
your
doing it if there wasn't?
Exactly.
Right?
You want your career to continue and you want all these other things. But the idea that you could see that this was so much more a labor of love than, because everybody shits on like these superhero movies and things like that. Oh, they're just money machines and blah, blah, blah. But it obviously meant more to them than that. Right.
It's
So-
nice to hear that, right? When you have passion,
Yeah.
that's when it turns out like this. It turns out awesome.
And I would be like destroyed in like the best way possible if I made something like this and then a little kid came up to me and said like, I can't, like, thank you for doing this for me. And I would just like, oh, like that would be, I would have to like tattoo that on my heart. Oakland. Nobody should go to Oakland. Oh, this is a deep thing.
Yeah.
So you're really a buzzkill when you go on road trips.
Right.
Oh,
isn't he turning it into some like
yeah. It's
just
I like-
one cheap ass?
yeah.
Oh no! Oh yeah! There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
there
he's
you go.
cool. I love that so much too, because he's got a little bit of everything. I think he is the perfect mix of Captain America and Tony Stark.
Yeah, that's why I dig him.
Yeah,
He's he's a good dude.
yeah. I think that, well, because there's so many ways they could have blown this, so many ways, and it could have like.
Is she Canadian?
What's that? No, she's British.
He just said A.
Oh, oh
Was
yeah,
A.
Yeah,
Seaweave.
that's okay. What the fuck?
Is that thing like a giant like Beats by Dre speaker? Did you see that thing? Like the fuck was that?
It's the only thing that would be acceptable to them in Oakland. That was. Oh, who's this kid? Is he going to start Boys to Men?
Oh my god. We belong together. Is that Boys to Men?
Yeah, that was Boys
Yeah.
to
Okay.
Men. That is just like, to me.
Break it apart. We can sell it.
Yeah. How do you like not just totally freak out? If that showed up in front of you, would your first reaction not be, ah, ah, ah?
Yeah. Kids from Oakland are hardcore.
Yeah. Ugh. Who?
Is that kid got gold fronts going on or what is
Looks
that?
like it, yeah.
Fucking kid get all that money.
Chadwick, you motherfucker.
Good movie.
So good.
Okay, so now I'm going to leave for 25 minutes and come back, and then we'll be halfway through this credit sequence.
Oh, for sure.
This is
That's a nice
one.
throw.
Where would you rate this in your Marvel movie a list of best ones?
Actually, it's funny you bring that up, because I was just going to bring up where it listed, and this is 100% proof that these, that all of these different, like rankings and stuff are being so skewed, because this actually sits tied for 11th place amongst all the Marvel movies that we've done
What
so
did it
far.
get?
A 7.3 out of 10.
What?
See what I mean? It's tied with
That's
Ant-Man.
a bunch of fucking nonsense.
It's behind Avengers 2.
It's probably all the fucking whatever bombing, review bombing, all those fucking
That's exactly-
losers.
that's
Like, the
exactly
fuck,
it.
Like,
Right? Like, it's just like, there's no way. I would actually put it, so I'm looking at the actual list right now. I think it's so hard, and are we counting the ones we haven't watched yet?
yeah.
Okay, because I still put Infinity War
It's number one. I agree.
I go back and forth between original Avengers and Civil War, so I might put this a close number 4.
Yeah, I think I put it maybe number 3.
Yeah,
I really like this movie.
yeah, it's like I feel like,
I think I would tie it with Civil War.
you know what? I think that's fair.
It would be Infinity War,
Yeah,
Avengers 1,
yeah.
this, and Civil War tied.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. I was like, sometimes Civil War like jumps ahead of the regular Avengers for me, though. That's where I get kind of thrown off. But it's it's definitely up there for me. There's only a couple movies that I put kind of low, and then everything else I really just smack in the middle.
Right.
I think that we should try, and maybe for the last movie, I think we should just put our lists out. Like, we should each create our list
Right.
of the ones that were like best to worst, see where we compare, and then maybe we can get people to reach out and try and compare
Right.
too.
Andy!
I really love this. Again, this is like that nanite technology.
This reminds me of a James Bond movie.
Totally.
This shit here.
Totally does.
Apparently, I just read that they're filming a
Oh,
major action sequence in Italy for the new James Bond, like in the next week or something.
Which may feature Lupita Nyong'o.
Yep.
So here's our first. Oh my God, the girls in the dress is even better than the girls in the warrior stuff. Would you have a hard time believing somebody when it's like, oh, this is a third world country and they're coming to help us? What the fuck? Like,
Oh, you'll believe once he starts whipping out them nanobots.
well, apparently there's a deleted scene where it actually shows them showing their technology and stuff like that. So you're not like, hey, we're not bullshit, right?
Oh, this is gonna open up a whole can of worms, Wakanda.
You know how many people
Fucking tourism.
think of like the political quagmire, for lack of a better word, because quagmire is the best word in the world. But the environment we are in politically now, imagine how people would react if a random African country came out and said, we're going to come help. We're going to come save you. People would fucking,
No, the first thing
half
that's
of the
gonna
United
happen-
States would fucking explode.
Exactly, because once the government finds out that there's an entire black city, town, country with technology like this, you know they're going to go in there and like arrest all of them because how dare you have this technology and not tell us that's a crime, even though you're in your own fucking country.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, oh yeah. The worst thing that would happen would be the governments
Yeah.
being like, no. You can't have all this stuff.
I like that Martin Freeman look there. He's kind of like, wait till you fuckers see what he's going to show you.
Yeah, he's
It's like, you don't like you're thinking best case scenario, you're thinking faster Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah, we're not ready for this shit. Is there another one? Oh,
yes,
there
there
is
is one more.
This is okay. So when I went to see the movie,
Yeah.
the people we went with had to leave the theater right now.
Oh,
And I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, it's just the credits. It's going to be like 5 minutes or something. And they're like, no, I have to go. And I'm like, I'm like, you sat here for a 2-hour movie.
Yeah,
And now
and now
suddenly
you
you're in a
have to go.
huge rush and you go. I was like, there's more going to happen. And they're like, well, how do you know this? I was like, oh, I don't want to get into the whole fucking thing, but there's going to be.
yeah. You know, like my example is every other movie that preceded it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can't, if they don't know the movie or the other ones, then I'm not going to go through the whole thing. And so I missed. So when I left the movie to get a refill of my popcorn to take with me, oh, that was a big deal too. Because this lady was like, don't drop any popcorn in my cart. I was like, oh my God, lady. Like,
Yeah.
but the guy at the popcorn stand told me the scenes.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I've actually never seen these.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Oh, you hadn't
I've
seen
never
that one
seen
either?
them though. No, that one I saw.
Oh, okay. There's only the one more.
I thought there was like 3.
Oh, you might be right, actually.
There's a
but,
bunch.
yeah, it's like every like 8 names
Yeah.
goes by. There's another one.
Every 18 minutes of credits you get.
I only just off the top of my head, I'm only recalling one other. But
the guy told me.
Yeah.
I was like, you got to tell me, man. I was like, I can't. I was like, what happens then? Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. There's nothing more frustrating, and I know Carrie's not a huge fan of sitting through all that, but she knows full well I'm not going to stand up until the lights come on in the theater.
I don't even like getting up anyways when the movie's right over. I'm like when I get somewhere on the bus and everybody's got to be like, I got to get off this bus first. And it's like everybody, I'm like, just go. Or like you go see a show at the Air Canada Center or something. And I'm just like, I'll let the fucking cattle move along. And then I'll just, cause what do you
Yeah.
you're not doing anything but standing nuts to fucking ass. It's somebody else anyway. You might as well just wait.
Unless your goal is to sprint to your car.
And then you got to leave when before.
And depending on where depending on where your car is, you might have like a bunch of people who are parked closer than you who are going to create all the traffic anyway. So you're still going to be stuck in it.
Or like, you like dad is like, oh, you know what do we have? We're at the main event here. I don't want to traffic. So let's get at it. Like, what are we even here for? What the fucking last 20 minutes we're going to miss? We worked all the way up to this and now we're going to leave because you want to go because of fucking traffic.
I see that every time I go to a sporting event.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, well, I'm like, just stay to the fucking bell.
I know. Like,
what
that's the reason you're here for?
Yeah.
Like, for fuck's sakes.
I remember, because that was a big thing. Mark Wahlberg famously left the Super Bowl when the Patriots had their record comeback and won against
so he
Atlanta.
missed it.
So he left at like halftime, and he said, "No, I had to leave because of whatever, blah blah blah. I didn't leave because they were losing because they were getting fucking killed."
Yeah.
And then they had the second half. They had the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history, and they won the game, and it was the most outstanding thing in the world. And it was,
and he missed it.
And I was just like, "Haha, you missed it.
Good.
You missed it like you missed that flight from 9/11." Wasn't he one of the guys who he was supposed to be?
Yeah.
It's him and a couple other guys, a couple other celebs. I want to say Kevin Smith, but I don't know that one's true.
Those like 4 guys were the crowds in every scene.
Yes.
Wow. They just do like in a video game where you see the same guy in the audience. Like in a wrestling game, you're like,
oh man,
there's only like 4 guys and they just kind of spread them out throughout the whole audience.
I can't even wrap my head around the work that like any one of these people was working.
I don't know how they put this shit together, man.
And well, that's like, the real magic, man. It's like, that was really like a stoner thing to say, but realistically, exactly like you said, it's like, boom, you've got this grand design, and then you have to break it down into all the littlest pieces, and then you have to get one person to organize one group of little pieces, and another group to organize another group of little pieces that attach to those pieces, because they're the background artists, so they're making the friggin' worlds that these people are living in while they're acting on green screen. And it's just like, that's why I really try to go out of my way to watch the extras for all these things, because I love
the extras.
Well, but I feel like it's the least I could do for the people who literally put 4 years of their life into this. Like, I mean, the actors come in, they do their shit for 40 to 60 days and they're gone.
Yep.
And then 10 days to 3 weeks before the movie, they have to go on fucking Jimmy Kimmel. Like, that's like,
that must be the worst part.
That's what everybody seems to say.
Just like, oh man, now I got to do all this press and like the same fucking question all day long, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Can I just make the movie and fuck off? Like,
yeah. Well, some people get away with that. They're just too friggin' snobby, and they're just like, I'm not doing a goddamn thing.
Oh, here's another one of those hip hop songs playing.
Let's play a little bit of this hip hop for you guys. All of a sudden it breaks into fucking...
I know, wait, would you... yeah, then it actually kicks into...
it's SZA.
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that. Just playing a little bit. I like that we can do that now. I don't know how it's going to sound because I can always hear it, so I don't know when it's like entering
Did it win any Oscars?
It did. It won for
special effects and shit, right?
It won for special effects, and it won another one. And I don't remember because I didn't watch the Oscars this year. It's one of the first times in a long time that I haven't.
Right. I believe the director's brother or something wrote a song for this movie.
It's
nice. Noah Kugler.
Oh, then probably.
They wrote a song.
Probably so. So yeah, it was Korea. They shot it.
Oh, it was.
It was Korea. Yeah. I was gonna say too. It looked like the lettering was Korean, but because I didn't know, I didn't want to say anything. But now that I see it, I can feel more confident. See, Korean Film Council. I knew it all along. And they
said Asian.
Yeah, I knew a lot of it was shot in Australia too.
Is it cheap to film there? Or?
It is. They shot The Matrix there too for similar reasons, but I think all their soundstage shit they shot there.
Oh, there is only 2.
But then they shot but then they shot in Atlanta, and I love this a lot. I love all the paint. This was the thing that always really threw me off. I was like, where did all the paint come from? Like, I know they get it from plants and stuff like that, but as a kid, I just never wrapped my head around it. I'm like, these guys can't go buy paint. I remember being super excited about this. You know what would have been kind of an interesting little twist? If they gave him Claw's arm. So then he had that crazy...
There wasn't 2 guys with fake arms. Yeah. Same arm too, I think.
It is the same arm. Would that not have been cool if he was like going and then all of a sudden just...
That would be neat,
or if they built him a similar arm, like he's still got the Winter Soldier metal arm, but then it has that weapon in it as well. He is not handsome.
It's nice. Bun going.
So they call him the White Wolf, like as like a kind of a little bit of a nickname.
Neat. Never saw it.
Yeah.
Neat.
But yeah, as a little bit of a nickname, they call him the White Wolf. in this, and the White Wolf is actually a character in the comics who is a white man who lives within Wakanda and stuff. I think he ends up being a bad guy. An interesting other bad guy, as far as Lupita Nyong'o says, it's not going to happen, but her character actually becomes the bad guy Malice in the comics. So that is.
I wonder what happens to her that turns her some vibranium accident.
He fucks around, you know it.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. 2 more movies. I am going to. We recorded today a YouTube video talking about Captain Marvel. I am going to release that as an audio, so you'll actually get 3 more podcasts before Endgame comes out. But it's just a short little something. It's just going to be a little bonus. If you have not seen it already, go to our YouTube page and you'll find it there under Miscast TV. And yeah, check it out. Find us on Twitter at Miscast Podcast. Find us, I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at Miscast Todd. Go to miscastcommentary.com. We've revamped the whole website and it is much more serviceable now. I'll probably still be working on parts of it, to be honest with you, but it works. It's all there. Check out other things.
Other things are always good.
You know,
as long as the other things involve us and this, then you can experience that.
Absolutely. As we near the end of this was a giant undertaking, and I don't even think I knew how big it was until you kind of reacted to it.
I was like, what?
So I do think, because I mean the commitment that it takes to do this, because we are having to record these like 2 at a time and stuff like that. So I do thank you, Todd.
I say that I actually, to toot our horns here, think that it's sort of impressive that we could yak through this many movies with the same. I'm sure there's a lot of crossover comments we make.
Oh, I'm sure.
But for us to have that much material to speak about and the same kind of movies, I think is pretty impressive.
I think so too, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'm getting kind of bummed. We literally have 1 more.
I think your trivia on this one was one of the better ones.
Oh, thank you.
You had really good ones in this one.
Thank you for telling me that I fucked up 15 prior movies.
No, because sometimes there's stuff that you can find, and
there's
some
where there's nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But this one had some really neat ones.
This one had a lot.
Non-movie, like the Black Panthers, the group started. That was a really good one, actually.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind, actually. But anyways, guys, we thank you so much for listening. We hope you continue to listen. Good news is we've got actually some fun things planned already coming out of the MCU commentary-a-thon. I think anybody who looks at the calendar and realizes what happens the week after we finish this, you'll probably already be able to surmise what the first movie's going to be. And then we're going to be going back. We're going to probably, no doubt we're going to be moving away from superhero movies for a while.
Oh.
But you're probably going to see us plant pretty firmly in the 80s for a little while.
Good. Let's get back to where life was simple.
You got it.
And the stereotypes ran clean and fierce.
Yeah, a movie like this had no place in the world.
I know, what the hell?
Because they weren't, if this movie was made in the 80s, everybody would have had a boombox on their shoulder.
It would have been awesome.
Hey, my man, what it look like? Jesus, that was a movie. Remember that? Okay.
I didn't want to, but now I do.
Yeah, it's all coming back.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Avengers Infinity War. God, it feels like it's going to be over in a snap. Oh. All right. We will see you next week.
Later.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.